Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. So much of things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out. Cause you know as well as I do, the only way is put in more effort and less play. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. This also goes for every Trinbagonian.
All rise. All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
Instead of staying out there and
well, sir.
Because now
Trinidad and Tobago,
we must show
it is a day.
discipline, tolerance.
I know one more could say other than that. It is a day.
To build
a pleasant good afternoon to each and every one of you locked in right now to the Street 919 FM. Yeah, it's a bit of a late start today, and we apologize. Or rather, the Indian Prime Minister apologizes for the late start of the council. Oh Lord! One dignitary reached and shut down the whole up for a spin. Crazy. So crazy. You see, next time a Caribbean dignitary come, I want the same treatment. I want the same treatment for them. Yes, good afternoon to all of you who are listening. I hope the weather is treating you nice. Oh Lord, the downpour came just as I touched the studio. And I know a lot of you are hard pressed to be on your commute this morning, this afternoon. Wherever you are right now, I hope the traffic will ease up soon. It should be easing up soon. As our honored guest has received his award from the president. And by the president, I mean the president, not our president, here on the show. And he should be en route as we speak to the Piacos Internationals. And so I believe your regularly scheduled, normal, congested traffic commute that you're accustomed to will return as normal as of this afternoon. So we say good afternoon. This is just the check-in time. We have just enough time to check in with anybody. So if you're locked on and listening right now, welcome to the Street Council. I am your speaker, Mr. Hashim the Dream. If you were paying attention yesterday, Anderson did announce that he would not be here today. And we pick him up wherever he is. Wish him good health. Make sure things proceed accordingly. Alright? It is officially Friday, the end of the first week in July. And we have good things. We have good things coming, man. The weekend is here. The summer has officially started. How y'all intend to spend it? Reach out and talk to me.
Brother,
good afternoon. Brother Trev, good afternoon, sir.
Brother Trev, blessings to you, man. Blessings to you, and also DJ Andy. Just locked on and listening and looking forward to a good program today. That's the most house here right now, and major blessings to all the children who would have graduated SE
yes, absolutely.
The future is bright. The future is bright, man. Blessings.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Blessing. Big up yourself, brother. Yes, have to say congratulations to all of our young people. I don't know whether you decided to stay up until 11 o'clock last night. I don't know if the tension was getting to you, you couldn't wait. Or if you just decided to go to sleep and face the music this morning instead. However you received your news, I hope that it was good. And we congratulate all of you on a job well done. It's a whole new ball game. Secondary school. It ain't no joke, eh? Just know it ain't no joke. And listen, all the parents out there, pat yourselves on the back. Don't study whether they make the first choice or whether they make the last choice. Right? There's some people out there ain't have no choice. Right? Your child have a choice. Be proud of that. Be proud of yourselves. Right? They're moving on and they're moving upward. Don't study this stupid thing about what school they're gonna end up going to determine this, that, and the fifth. None of that matters any long run, right?
Remember the key to success is working hard.
You hear what merchants say, right? Work hard. Just instill that in them. Everything else will fall into place. Don't even worry about it. Right? And all of y'all who nosy want to know who, if you didn't buy a textbook for any child, if you didn't buy so much as a pencil sharpener, don't study what school they're going to. Alright? Do not bother asking them, and don't ask them when their parents not looking, eh? It's not your business. None of your business. Okay? If you ain't invest into their future education, don't ask them no question. You will wait to hear until the parents and them tell you, and then just clap. Right? You ain't finished secondary school, but you want to know what secondary school your child going to. Let me not make no assumptions out there. Right? I'm just saying, leave the children and them alone. Alright? They have worked hard. They will now reap the rewards. They will have a fun summer. And then begin a new chapter of their lives come September. Oh Lord. I'm so looking forward to the ease of traffic. That is why adults love the summer more than anything else. You know, the traffic is light. Children home. Because not everybody sending no children to no camp. Someone else just say stay home. Don't go outside or don't leave the yard. Make the best of it. You might send your children to Tobago, send them out to some relative in another part of the country. If you have the cream, you will send them away. Some of y'all have grandparents abroad or uncles and aunties abroad you could send them to. Send them that way. Enjoy the summer and enjoy the light traffic.
Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together.
Gotta say special good afternoon to all my peoples on YouTube. Yes, the live is live, so make sure you share. Tell them to join in. Let me know how was your commute this morning. We can bond with. I want to take it a little light this afternoon. We've had a lot of serious topics this week, and I know we have
this also goes for
we've all had a lot of words, a A lot of amazing contributions from all of our members of the council. Right? I do have a topic that I do want to get into. But you know, on Friday, we ease it. So, the question of the day: how was your commute this morning? In whatever part of the if your commute was affected by the travelings of our visiting world leader, let me know here. Right here on the street. Getting ready to take a quick pause. We're at the top of the hour, so we will pay some bills. And we will dive back in to business. Y'all will let me know what's going on with you. How was your commute? And I'll get into my topic as I come back. It's actually something that one of the members brought to light earlier, and we just hadn't had a chance to talk about it just yet. So we're going to talk about it today. Alright? Go ahead and good after lunch to you, sir. Alright, stick and stay, guys. We shall return. Right here on the Street Council.
You've got bills to pay. And so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You want to find something great to do with your Tuesday nights? You want to learn and understand the true reason for Jesus? Then join us every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. for the program, This Same Jesus, the program that puts Jesus in his rightful place in our hearts and in our homes. Let's bring church home to you. Join us every Tuesday nights from 8 to 9 p.m. with your hosts, Kempes and Kevin. Be inspired, be blessed right here on the Street 91.9 FM.
Falling in love with Jesus.
Ikaro, I am Alatumishe Ifabamishe Aganki, better known as MC Duke.
And every Monday between the hours of 9 p.m. to midnight,
I host a show called Orisha, The Way of Life, right here on the Street 919 FM, where I have guests passing through from the Orisha Ifa Baptist Diaspora to educate, edify, and inform you, the listening public, about Orisha Ifa practices. So remember to tune in
every Monday between the hours of 9 p.m. to midnight
for Orisha, The Way of Life.
Men, women tired of the invasive, painful old methods of testing prostate and breasts?
The Institute of Health and Fitness Clinic and Wellness Center offers comprehensive and non-invasive diagnostic testing, which indicates the nature and extent of diseases and tests your nutritional levels. Our quick testing can identify early signs of problems by evaluating many of the bodily functions, such as male and female sexual function, gastrointestinal function, liver function, kidney function, thyroid function, heart and brain function, and also cancer testing. Results are comparable with other medical lab tests without the use of needles or embarrassing specimen cups, and is pain-free. We also offer all natural treatments. Visit us now at number 79 St. Vincent Street, Tunapuna, or call 492-7397 or 289-6363.
Get hot this summer. Oh no, we mean H-U-T, as in hot days mean hot deals with Pizza Hut. Get one large pizza plus single breadsticks for only $135, or go bigger with 2 large pizzas, family breadsticks, and cinnamon rolls for just $290. All your favorite pizzas with all the toppings you love all summer long. So head to the Hut and get your hot deals while this offer is super hot. Pizza Hut, now that's delivering.
Whoever said messy was a bad thing totally missed the point. Take that hit song everyone loves now. It probably started like this. Baby, calm down. That's why KFC is celebrating the messy moments with our Messy Cruncher and Messy Zinger sandwiches for only $34.95. Imagine a crunchy, golden brown, flavorful chicken sandwich sauced to perfection with our signature sweet, spicy, tangy sauces. Oh boy. So crunch into the deliciously messy moments today. Check socials for details. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Are you tired of scratching the surface? Do you want to understand the real forces shaping Trinidad and Tobago? From the delicate dance of our energy sector on the global stage, to the geopolitical shadows behind the crime affecting our streets, we dig deeper. The third umpire goes beyond the headlines. We connect the dots between local challenges and the international currents that truly impact your life, your wallet, your security. Join Stephen Matheson, Selvin Mitchell, and Ronaldo Rollux, 3 employment law and human resource management consulting professionals, as they unpack the complexities, analyze the power plays, and reveal the often hidden realities. Understand the game. Understand your role in it. The third umpire, critically analyzing Trinidad and Tobago's economic and political realities on how they affect your daily lives. Tune in Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. on The Street 919 FM. Don't just listen to the news. Understand it.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning on The Street 919 FM radio. Here my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamfleur, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Planning your Tobago getaway? Choose the highest Google-rated car rental company on the island, O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago. Located just minutes from the A&R Robinson International Airport, at O'Neill, we pride ourselves on being the most tech-savvy car rental company in Tobago. Our process is 100% digital. No paperwork, no long lines. From easy pickup to seamless returns, renting a car in Tobago has never been simpler. WhatsApp us now at 1-868-361-1042 to book your vehicle. Don't forget to mention promo code RADIO2 to receive a 5% discount on your rental. Send a WhatsApp message to 1-868-361-1042 today. That's 1-868-361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago, the easiest, most reliable car rental experience on the island.
Vehicle availability is subject to change. Driver must be at least 25 years old and have a valid driver's license to book. For more information, visit www.rentalcartobago.com.
So line up, link up, creep up, rock and come in. It's all about the fastest growing reggae show in the land without a doubt. Reggae Rock Sundays on the Shit 919 FM with yours truly, MC Duke and Selector Kochi on the ones and twos. So make it a date and don't be late. 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. right here on the Shit 919 FM. Got 'em our way, King Selassie.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
All rise. All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
Now the election back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget spites and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. Oh, yeah. Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will.
Yes, we will, yes, we will, yes, we will. Good afternoon, everybody. Alright, so we can finally get into it. The council is officially in session.
A strong and better nation. I say.
And like I say, let me know. This is the question of the day. How was your commute this morning? Given all these stipulations in traffic for the world leader that was visiting our beautiful country. Yes, the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi. If the schedule is correct, he should already be pulling into Piaco International at this point. So I think things will have officially start cleared up. According to the traffic rules that we read out yesterday, I think all the original traffic positions and the no parkings, they will be officially lifted at 2 o'clock. So yeah, everything will go back to normal in just about an hour or so. So just relax yourself wherever you all at, and just take your time. Just take your time. All right. I see someone say, I don't have a problem usually because I usually leave home between 4 and 6 a.m. Look at you. Okay, sir. Big up your whole self. Early riser. You and my father will get along very well. I personally, I had a long night last night. I got up a little bit later than usual. I'm usually up at 5:30 to make the gym for 6. So I was behind by about half an hour. About half an hour today. Not too bad, but definitely set my day back a little bit. And then of course, I had a haircut appointment. And the poor barber didn't reach in time because of the same traffic stipulations. Poor guy. So yeah, had to deal with that later on. Anyway, we're about to get in, have a little conversation. Before I do, let me go ahead and play these rules so you guys are aware of how we do things around here in the Street Council.
Members, we invite you to be a part of the conversation. Please be mindful and remember our house rules. Be respectful. Keep your contribution under 3 minutes. This house is open to everyone.
Right. Again, those numbers are 342-0081-466-5391. That's the numbers to dial to get in on our conversation this afternoon. All right, so one of our members earlier this week brought up a comment that was made by the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, in which he referred to Trinidad and Tobago as monopoly money. Now, I have the clip in question, and I want to play it for everyone. But essentially, let me just give you the context before we run into it. So, at the OECS Authority meeting in Kingstown, St. Vincent, last month, around the middle of last month, June 17th, St. Vincent and the Grenadines Prime Minister, the Honorable Ralph Gonsalves, criticized TNT's foreign exchange framework. He noted that St. Vincent and the Grenadines pays over $65 million annually for petroleum and manufactured goods from Trinidad, but can only pay for about $4 million of agricultural exports to St. Vincent due to forex limitations. These were his remarks. Our traders are paid in TT dollars, which are not convertible outside of Trinidad and Tobago. If they bring up the TT money, they may as well bring up monopoly money. Hold on, I'll play the whole clip in its entirety, and y'all will let me know. Alright, are we gonna get into this? Because I have some questions. Alright, so y'all take a listen.
Our country pays Trinidad and Tobago annually in excess of US $65 million. We pay in hard foreign currency for visible exports from Trinidad, mainly petroleum products and manufactured goods. But our sister CARICOM country cannot find less than a miserly $4 million in foreign exchange to pay for our agricultural products. This is absolutely unfair and ridiculous. Our traders are paid in Trinidad and Tobago dollars, which are not convertible outside of Trinidad and Tobago. In Trinidad, they have to use the money to buy goods in Trinidad if they want to make some money on the back end. If they bring up the Trinidad and Tobago money, it may as well they bring up monopoly money.
So the question.
Right. So that was the clip in question. I want to know how y'all feel about that.
Cause you know as well as I do the only way.
Because, yeah, the person who had mentioned it to us, good afternoon to Mr. Lahokita,
More than ever we must show
certainly did not take that comment
tolerance and production
in a humorous fashion, right?
and better nation.
And I can understand his position in that regard, you know? Now, the energy minister, because there has been a response from Trinidad and Tobago, Energy Minister Rudal Munilal labeled Gonsalves' monopoly money comment as unhelpful, noting that it overlooks recent structural reforms to strengthen TNT's economy and foreign reserves. He blamed mismanagement under the previous administration, such as the closing of Petrotrin and Point-A-Pay Refinery, for current foreign exchange issues, and highlighted new energy projects coming online in 2025 to 2026 to boost reserves. But I think it goes a little bit deeper than that. But I'm gonna take some calls first, right?
Come home and do something.
Good afternoon. You're on the council.
Hi, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, member. How are you?
I would like to find out Before 2010, my brother and I used to travel to the U.S. a lot. Sometimes once a month, twice a month.
Nice.
And it had no problem to access U.S. currency. We go to the bank, 2,000, 3,000 USD. But after change of government in 2010, the U.S. was very difficult to put your hands on. I needed anybody to call in and explain to the country why. Now, life itself is about management. And if we don't manage the affairs of our country properly, well then problems for us. So I need anybody in the listening public to call in and explain to me why we having this forex issue. When before 2010 it had no problem for us. Just imagine you have a US account. So for the listening public who is not aware of this, if you have a US account in the bank takes $1 service charge from your US account every month. Dare anybody to challenge what I'm saying here? So they take from you and they don't give you anything.
Right.
To access your US, you are limited a certain amount per day. Your money, So I want any of the listening public to explain to me, help me to understand why all of a sudden Trinidad have this problem when coming to managing the U.S. currency that we can't afford to have it as a country when we need it to do business or trade. I'm waiting, Lieutenant, listen, but I want anybody to explain that to me.
All right. Definitely. Thank you for your contribution, member. Guys, the numbers again, in case you don't, I know you can't tell which numbers certain people are calling on, but again, the numbers 342-0081, 466-5391. I saw several people call in on one side. All right, we're getting numbers on the other side now. Right, good afternoon, member.
Good afternoon, sir.
How are you?
All right.
All right.
I heard you make a statement just now and said Trinidad and Tobago replied to Ras Gonzalez.
Yes. Well, the energy minister replied.
Hold on. Munir replied to Gonzalez, not Trinidad and Tobago.
May you reply to Gonzalez? You want to reply to Gonzalez?
No. You said Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah. I said specifically. Yeah, I specified specifically who made the response, which was Energy Minister Rudal Munilal.
You just said that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried to
because what
specify that.
What I'm saying here is that I don't want Munilal to talk for me. I don't want you to reply to Gonzalez for me.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. And that is fair. That is fair. I'm just saying that a response came from Trinidad and Tobago, and it came from Energy Minister Munilal. Okay.
Let us forget spite and grudges and concentrate.
Whether or not he speaks for the entire nation,
let us
entirely up to you all. Yes. Good afternoon.
Hey, brother Dream.
Brother Trev.
All right, real quick. I like these second to previous caller question. If anybody could explain to him why we have reports of U.S. shortages in the central bank, and then to the average customer, and also sometimes businessmen, retails, it's difficult for them to purchase U.S. from the banks. In my humble opinion, very brief, I studied economics a little bit in school, but just general common sense. 2 words, if I had to hazard, I guess, I would say crime and corruption. Point blank period. If I am United States of America, England, etc.,
right?
Why would I want to allocate my currency to a country that have successive years and decades of progressive crime and corruption? At one point, we were the highest per capita in terms of corruption, right? When I could allocate my foreign exchange to countries like, let's say, just in the Caribbean alone, Jamaica, who have natural resources and a thriving tourism economy, countries like Barbados who have a thriving tourism economy and others, etc. So that's just my humble suggestion. But objectively, I believe the response I would have provided is logical.
It's just due to the crime and the rise in crime and political corruption. Okay.
Simple. Even locally, as I close now, back in the San Fernando area, maybe last year, so you had businessmen reporting that crime is affecting business in their community locally. So just think about it. Blessings, man, blessings.
All right, blessings, brother. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Mr. Hocketa, good afternoon, sir.
Okay, how are you?
I am doing well, sir. I figured you'd come in sooner or later, because this was an issue you brought to the council.
Okay, good. I was hearing the caller before talking about people to explain what is the reason for this shortage of foreign exchange. I want him to tell me what is the reason. Right?
Well, he asked the question. Could someone explain to him? So clearly he wants.
I asked he.
Tell
me why.
Well, I'm not sure if he knows, because he asked the question, sir.
I'm not saying he knows. He doesn't. I'm saying people. You see, that inquisitive people, and they're raising mischievous questions. I wouldn't raise a question like that. I will research, and then I will come and say, look, I did so and so research, and I found X, Y, and Z were the reasons why we don't have foreign exchange. But I see that some callers only on mischief, and that was telling you, I may have to withdraw myself, in particular with that caller.
Okay, well, I would like to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he is genuinely inquiring to an answer.
Well, I myself do not know why. But I could go and look for some bulletin from the central bank or some official, try and see if I could get some official documentation, and then come and raise the question. That's how I will do it. But you see, I don't want to be a recurrent decimal, but this mischievous thing, I will too much. Anyhow, the elements are here. We had a little rain, sunshine, and most of the most effervescent Sahara. Right? So I was watching the program there with the Indian Prime Minister, and visit in the joint sitting. You know, and it really took me aback. In my lifetime, I've met certain dignitaries like Prince Charles and his wife. I met Bruce Golding, former Jamaican president. I met David Thompson, the sixth Prime Minister of Barbados.
You met some people, sir.
Yeah, so when I lie down on my back in the night, I say, boy, say what? You can't be bad luck all the time. Yeah. So I have met some people. In my work so far. Anyhow, and then I meet you at this time. I don't want to say you at this time.
I don't know if I'm on the same levels as Princess, but I appreciate the compliment.
Yeah. All right, brother. Well, we will talk. Let me see what people raise up again.
All right. Thank you.
And I want to thank the Indian Prime Minister for his visit and all the benefits he left for the citizens of this land.
All right.
See you later.
All right. Yes, he was definitely well received, particularly by the Indo-Trinidadian diaspora. Already even made some outreaches to offer Indian citizenship to those sixth generation citizens here in Trinidad and Tobago who descended directly from the indentured laborers to seek some citizenship from India. You may be eligible for that, and I think that's pretty cool. And before you start, Africa has been doing the same thing. Alright? The diaspora does not refer just to black people. That's a topic for another time. Good afternoon, Mr. President.
Good afternoon, DJ and and I only hearing one voice.
No, it's only Dr. Dream today. The Dr.
Oh,
Anderson,
it's you Dream.
Yeah. It's only
Alright.
because Anderson
I'm
has
different position and everything, so the voice mustn't come out too good enough for me to hear it.
Probably.
Right, but you afternoon Trinidad and Tobago.
Good afternoon.
And well, continuing here, no such a talk today. I just want to ask a simple question.
All right.
because you read a excerpt from the newspaper, or whatever you read it from. That is Mr. Gonzalez's business, right? My real question is, I want to be devil's advocate here.
Okay.
If Mr. Gonzalez say that we money ain't able to be exchanged out there, my real question here, is he talking the truth? Good question, for the reason that if we is to quarrel to say that, or to look for excuse from him, I would say first to begin face with facts. Is his comment the truth? Because I remember at some period ago when Dr. Rowley had made a certain kind of assertion, which is a joke assertion that we as use, and Guyana opposed him for it. And in effect, I mean, we take it as a joke. We show Guyana that it was a joke. Guyana didn't like it, but all in all, it get boiled down. What's going on with this? Is this a joke, or is this a serious matter that our money has no value out there?
Right.
That's the question. If that is the truth, well, we have no argument. So who looking to make an argument for it? I think they could be wrong, because the truth, you don't make argument for truth. Right?
Right.
Okay.
All right.
That's what I go say for today. I'm in the wrong place that I usually to broadcast, so I wouldn't be doing much of that this morning. Today is a sort of, Juma does walk around this hour.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't talk.
All right, sir. Well, I hope you stick around. I actually have somewhat of an answer for your question. If there's any truth or merit to what Prime Minister Gonzalez is saying about the currency. And while I cannot speak for the entire world, I can personally speak on experiences traveling throughout the Caribbean that I have never been able to exchange Trinidad and Tobago dollars outside of within other Caribbean countries. I remember several times attempting to in Antigua and St. Kitts, and they told me that they don't accept Trinidad and Tobago exchange currencies. And in that part of the Caribbean, they use the EC dollar, the Eastern Caribbean dollar. So I could not exchange TT for EC dollars. So and St. Vincent also uses EC dollars. So that would stand to reason that yes, there is truth behind what Mr. Gonzalez is saying, at least as it pertains to St. Vincent. But if it pertains to St. Vincent, and in my personal experiences around the Caribbean, then there is truth into what he's saying to a certain degree. I cannot say for exchanging in America or Europe or any of those places. Hey, good afternoon, member.
Good afternoon, Mr. Street.
Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you for taking my call.
Of course.
Yes, Mr. Dream, how a country earns foreign exchange? By export? By remittances?
Hold on, sir. Sorry. Could you either step away or turn on your radio, please?
The radio's down.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. How does a country earn foreign exchange? It is by way of export.
Right.
You export goods from Trinidad to the services, and you receive payment in US dollars or foreign, whether it be EC money or whatever, EU money, right? Or whatever it is, you get foreign exchange. You also get it from remittances, people from abroad sending money back to Trinidad. You get it from dividends. Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Dividends from investment, money invested in abroad. Let's say shares and whatnot. You buy in different companies or businesses abroad. You get you get the dividends from those companies, those investments back to Trinidad. Trinidad hasn't been exported. The refinery, as a matter of fact, is not a main export. That is down. That is dead. You have the point leases, those companies, methanol and whatnot, the energy sector, no export. So you can't earn foreign exchange. What are we exporting to earn foreign exchange? And that is the problem. And one of the problems has to do with the allocation of the limited amount of foreign exchange that we have in this country. Who gets what? Who gets this? Who gets all? So the fact remains is that you have a limited amount of foreign exchange because you're not earning foreign exchange. You're not exporting sufficiently. People are not sending back money as you're not getting dividends from investment abroad. So you have a shortage of foreign exchange. And then you have to determine how you're going to distribute it, who's going to get for the import of medicine, for the import of raw material, all these different travel, education. How are you going to allocate that? Because you have a limited amount. So that should answer your question. And I've been educated by that to that extent by a guy called Mariano Brown. He had an article in the Guardian last Sunday. People can peruse that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, member, for your contribution. Yeah. All right. That sounds like that's definitely a valid reason. And actually, I am researching it here as we speak. And the very first reason why the US dollar is so scarce, in detail, basically, of what our previous caller said, failing export earnings. Because the energy sector is a huge part of Trinidad and Tobago's revenue, and it has been declining for the past 10 years. It has been declining. So less foreign income means there's less U.S. currency to go around. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you guys going, man?
I'm good, sir. It's just me today, but we're all right.
Oh, yeah. Like that man got diplomatic invitation to dine with Modi. Or?
He will tell us all about his experience at the President's house on Monday.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Which we here today?
Dream. The Dream is here today.
Dream. Yeah, okay, Dream. Yeah, where is he now? Just like you, I probably travel to every Caribbean country in our region here.
Well, I haven't reached every country, but a good chunk of them.
Yeah, and probably a lot of abroad, Europe, England, and United States and some other countries. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you something. This is something I have been saying for over 20 years now. Trinidad dollar have no value nowhere in the world. Not even in Tobago. And why I say not even in Tobago? The same things that you would be paying in Trinidad for, you will be paying $3 or $4 more in Tobago for it. You understand? And we talking now about foreign currency. Our second currency in Trinidad and Tobago is supposed to be the US dollar. Mm-hmm. You see, like how when you travel to Barbados and St. Lucia and St. Vincent,
right?
You could get US money in a parlor.
You can.
You could go to a gas station with your EC and tell them, hey, hear what? Pull me up at about $40 and look, I have about 500 EC. You could give me it in US and handing that without even questioning anything. That's a fact. I proved that and I've seen that.
No, in my experience, I can concur with that. You know, my parents live in Nevis, which does the EC dollar, and yeah, that is very common.
Yeah, and what Ralph Gonzalez saying is absolutely right. Because if they purchase $7 million of items on Trinidad, we purchase something from them and pay them in TT dollars. They cannot do nothing with that money over there. They can't go to this. And the fact of the matter is that when Trinidad and Tobago was controlled by the Spanish and then the English, before we were given independence, we had an export income of $12 million. I think it was pounds or
it would have probably no. If it was under the British, it probably pound sterling or something like that. But yeah, continue.
Now, just think about that time. That was plenty money for Trinidad and Tobago. And that was with cocoa and coffee and sugar cane. And I think they had some other little export we used to make up where the British people was in control. We earned that. We earned that export market because we continue with the sugar, we continue with it. And then we inherited now the energy sector, oil and gas, which started to bring in the real bulk of the money in Trinidad and Tobago. And for where we are today, being treated like some kind of beggars now in the Caribbean is a shame for the type of governance that we had to endure. The majority of the money of this country is pilfered out and banked outside of Trinidad and Tobago. Now, the people who are earning the mass amount of U.S. money in this country are the ones who have the control over the monopoly of the business and the link with central bank. So when they bring in it come like you're using some type of business as a front to just extort money from the country. Now it's legal, but that is what is happening. So when you bring in a sort of foreign franchise into your country and you make $1 million, you go now and say, hey, here what? I want this converted to US. The central bank and you are US, and your TT dollars remain in the country. And then the US now isn't used for the population of Trinidad and Tobago. That is sent outside now and bank in other countries, and they are profiting from that. You could go and investigate that and tell me I'm wrong. And because from the time we were involved in the oil and gas industry and things, we would never be, we could have at least raise the value of our currency so that it would have value in the outer world, or we could have been converted to EC money, just like how the EC Caribbean have the currency for the Caribbean, and we'd have a better value money, and then we'd have a parallel financial institution which would have been the US money, where no citizen in this country would have had to go and beg for $200 when they need to travel. They had to go and beg money to fund their children when they're being educated outside and all these kind of things. And that is the problem where we take bad management by a government that allow a conglomerate to get the whole of the US currency in this country. And now we had to fix that. So if it costs us firing the central bank governor and putting somebody to benefit the country of Trinidad and Tobago, because what I say, okay, if you have all this money.
All right, sorry, remember, I just want to ask you to wrap up because I got some of the people on the line, okay?
Okay, gentlemen. So have a good day, and that was my piece on it.
All right. Thank you very much for your contribution. Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dream the Voice.
How you doing?
And good afternoon to DJ Anderson. I know Monday celebrating you strong.
Yeah. We wish him
more life, health, and strength.
Happy birthday in advance, of course.
I see the world boss jump out. The longest prime minister in St. Vincent.
Yeah.
No politics. In the game long
time.
But the way he said, what we saying is true. We money come like dog money in the Caribbean, you know that too. When we close down petrol train, what's making it bringing the 4X? We close down this, we close down that. No 4X in coming in the country. I'm not getting all the 4X. The big guys and them get all the 4X and ship it out of the country. Because them are bank all over the place.
Right.
So, old boss, talk your mind. But for the last 9 years, we here, you know.
I was waiting for it.
What a play attacking Dr. Munilal.
I was waiting.
We here, you know. You started to say your wife is from Trinidad and Tobago, and your queen from Trinidad and Tobago, and you need a citizenship. But we taking you in. Speak out. Yeah, man. Bless.
All right. You know, it's not KFC unless 9 years pop scene. Oh man, but I do appreciate his comments. Yeah. So if you're just joining and catching on, we're referring to the Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves from St. Vincent. His comment on Trinidad's and Tobago's currency as monopoly money, basically, outside of Trinidad and Tobago, because it is impossible to exchange TT dollars, at least in the Caribbean, outside of Trinidad. Again, I don't want to confirm for America, Canada, Europe, wherever else. I can only speak for in the region. I have never attempted to exchange TT dollars in those other places. Yes, good afternoon.
Hey, brother Dream.
Yes, my brother.
Last contribution for the day. Locked on and listening. Real brief. Now, I had to say this quick. I don't know if I learned something different. Something might be wrong with me. But if we could role play for a second, right?
All right.
Let's say I'm Trinidad and you are St. Vincent.
Okay.
We make an arrangement, right? The currency the Prime Minister quoted, I believe, is both U.S. currency, right? The 60 million and the 4 million, right?
Yeah, they were both in U.S. dollars.
Right. So you like the goods and services I had. You want to purchase it for 60. Let's just say I tied up financially, whatever. Before you give me that 60, I could just deduct the 4. And you just give me 56. That making sense? Maybe. I don't know. But maybe. Talk to me.
Maybe. So you're saying instead of paying you 65,
right?
You take out the
61.
Pay 61 instead.
Yeah. Because simple. Because if I tie it up now, I will leave it there, right?
Okay.
But, we could expand in terms of this and that, but it seems so simple.
Right. And that's the thing, you know. Seem. Yeah. That keyword there.
Seems so simple. Seem.
Yeah.
Well, boy, I will continue to meditate on what I have done wrong and what I continue to do wrong. Bye, Locked on and listening. Blessings to everybody.
Yes, my brother. I didn't think you do anything wrong. I personally wouldn't mind that deal. We's Caribbean people. We just make deals like this all the time. That 4 million.
Good afternoon.
But good afternoon. Let me go on. Let me move on.
That logic can't make no sense. It's simple to go to the moon, you know.
It's simple. Yeah, it's simple, length.
It costs $68 billion
to reach the end.
To reach it, because they just send about 5 of them or 4 of them, and each one costs $68 billion or $68 million. Sorry, per person.
Right.
Just to take a trip to the moon.
And wow.
Right. So, what these young people don't understand, and I think I said that to you guys probably on the other program. A few weeks ago, the OECS, which is the Caribbean countries, had a conference. And one of the conferences that Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, has the ability to what we call dump goods on the OECS countries. You know what that means? That means we could produce a beer cheaper than them, because electricity in Trinidad and Tobago is cheaper, and our money has less value than them. Right? Gas is cheaper, so that means transportation is cheaper. Right. Labor is also cheaper, so we could produce, and our manufacturing capabilities, when they could make 50 cases, we could make 250 cases.
Okay.
So our manufacturing capability outweighs the smaller CARICOM islands. So they have an issue. So when that man tell you if he's spending 600, we could get them back. So let me explain to you how that.
Well, like he said, maybe he is wrong, right? So
let me correct his wrong.
All right.
Right. So the St. Vincentian population or government spends 62 or 64 million US dollars to buy petroleum products, gasoline, dieseline, maybe cement, all these other things. The 4 million that he is referring to that we purchase from them is not directly from the government. It is from sole traders, a man who buy provision and yam,
right? It is
and coconut,
agricultural exports and such. Yes,
right. Who buy that in St. Vincent and he bring it to Trinidad. But when he sells it in Trinidad, he does not collect EC dollars.
Right.
Unless it's a man who's selling fig, and he's selling fig to a big wholesaler in Trinidad, and they ain't seeing each other. The goods just come in, and the wholesaler make a check and send to he may get US dollars. But the man who take the boat, send the goods on the boat and jump on the plane and come here and sell the goods in the market,
right?
He collects what?
He collects
TT dollars. So in order to take his money to take it back to St. Vincent, I can't carry back $30, then.
Right.
Because the man that I buy the provision from in St. Vincent, he not taking $30, and I can't carry it in the bank.
Nope.
So what they do, they turn over their money and they buy soft drink, they buy biscuit, they buy things that we produce right here. They take the same money that they just made here and they buy stuff with it here, put it back on the boat, and they take it back to St. Vincent.
So essentially, they're only bringing back products. They're not really bringing back money.
Back before, that is why he could only say 4 million, because he can't check them. He could only check the man who buying 6,000 cases of fig. And you understand the large, small ones, and they are small. If you understand that logic, that is why he made that. But let me explain you one more thing. They have an issue that Trinidad produces flour. Our gas is cheaper, our electricity is cheaper. And because they said there was a vote on whether or not Trinidad could continue to supply the OCS countries with flour at this cheap rate. Jamaica voted yes, Guyana voted yes, I think, and the rest of OCS countries voted no. That is why we are not allowed to dump with flour on them. That is one of the issues that they have. They have a trade problem because we, the larger countries, are not taking the same amount of goods that we send to them. We don't exchange that equally. Let me say we send $1,000 in goods to OCS countries, and we might only take $250. You understand that logic? So they're looking for we to kind of balance it out. I send $1,000, they only take 500 back. You understand the point? Right.
So
it's
to the
about
point,
trade.
right. So to the point of comparing Trinidad dollars to monopoly money in those other regions, what say you to that?
Well, obviously, IC dollar is $2.35, and the reason for that is because it's still backed by the pound. We have to understand that our money is only back based on our oil and gas revenue.
Very true. Very true.
Right. So it's a simple thing. The man wasn't being disrespectful, you know.
Yeah.
The man was just stating the point that if his sole traders bring their money back to St. Vincent, it is like monopoly money. It has no real substantial value because nobody here is taking it.
Right.
Right? Okay. He was not being rude. He was. If you look at the entire video and just don't take what he said and put that out of complex because Munilal jump out himself. You understand? And look at the whole conference and see where that speech was made, and then you'd understand where that came from.
Yes, exactly.
Enjoy it, sir.
All right, thank you very much. All right, good afternoon. Y'all timing these calls pretty well today. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, and I just want to endorse what the previous caller said, because basically what the PM said is the facts. Our money is not tradable in the Caribbean, no, even in New York, and they tell us that, they laugh.
Also, even in New York?
No, you can't take a Trinidad dollar and throw nowhere in New York. Trinidad dollars is only tradable in Trinidad.
Wow.
And that is something we need to.
Because I was refraining from saying, you know, the U.S. and Europe as well, because I didn't know.
They don't accept that. They don't accept that up there. And so basically, where these guys from the islands come is basically they're engaging in barter. They bring the goods, and then they take goods and go back and sell to convert. They can't get no cash. And really, in principle, it is wrong. It's unfair.
Yeah,
for they to find U.S. dollars to buy our stuff, and we can reciprocate. So that is a problem which is bigger than the monopoly money. And I think Munilal is looking for an issue to stir up controversy. St. Vincent has been a good partner for Trinidad, and I mean, in terms of even point for them, half a point for them from St. Vincent. So we don't need no controversy with them. But it is a fact, and the guy just said something in jest, but the reality is our money is not tradable outside of Trinidad. Okay? Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Because now, more than ever, we must show.
All right, so for those of you who had discipline, we had that confirmation. It is simply just not tradable outside of Trinidad. And that really does pose a problem, guys. You know, as a country, we should be able to go to other countries and exchange. Again, like Brother Chet says, it seems like a simple concept, right? I have money. I need this kind of money because I'm in this country, but I can't exchange it because they don't accept it. So I guess the next question is, I guess we can move into that question coming up in the next hour, because I know we have a commercial break shortly. So I guess the next question is, how do we make our TT dollars exchangeable outside of Trinidad and Tobago? I'm sure our educated members will have some suggestions and solutions. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, sir.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. The first caller who called earlier, I'm the first caller. The third gentleman who responded to my question, that man, either he dreaming, he need to get up and take a look. I don't know what word he living in. The only way one could acquire knowledge, one have to study. Whether I read for myself or you explain it to me. So I don't know what hole he living in. But Barataria now came and explained something for the layman to understand. Some people feel they're so up here, the suffering from a dose are never taught. So that he never thought he might be in a position to know something that he choose not to share with another individual. That is what I call nonsense. My brother and I, because our family lives in the States, my brother put out $100 TT in Sawgrass Mall to purchase something. And the person wants to know where the currency from. What kind of currency is that? She doesn't know what Trinidad is. So, I listen to the program and I'm laughing. Sir, you need to go back to school. Or you need just to educate yourself a little more to understand knowledge is there for everyone to acquire. And there is no such thing as a stupid question. Because someone asks a question, either they don't know and they want to know, they want to understand, that's why they ask the question. Otherwise, the mouth of the water will spit. So, sir, do have a pleasant evening. Locked and understand.
All right, thank you, member.
Come, my brother, come, my sister.
Yeah, as I say, I always try to keep things civil here. This is not the parliament. This is the council. We treat each other civilly here. We don't bang on tables. When we have questions, we answer. I agree. We need to answer these questions, and some questions need answering. If you have the answers, then by all means share, so other people might learn as well. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dream. Dream, we was the number one in the Caribbean.
We was the number one?
We scored. Yeah. We're Bataria from St. Vincent. You come and defend in the country. We from Ragons. That is second prime minister. Or your first prime minister. Because he come here when he was a little boy and he get right. Remember, we used to be learning Ghana money. Right now, Ghana, I see you don't want to like Trinidad. Squander the money and live like dog.
Oh boy.
Remember we did that 2-1 or something? Well, we was the rankers in the Caribbean, so all that money gone, all the USM gone. We run the country for the majority of them time. And you tell me to come back home to suffer? Not me. I love to understand. Jimmy boys, don't go back home there, no.
Don't go back home, you say?
But I take a plane and fly out.
Oh boy. So I had to be Yako. I ain't going today. Modi at the airport and that whole building locked down. So I ain't going to get no flight today. Oh, you're silly, yeah? Oh Lord. I've been getting some great insight from y'all today, and I definitely appreciating that. You know? And I think the general consensus is that, okay, yes, when you really step back and look at the comment made by Minister Gonzalez, you kind of understand where he is coming from. Good afternoon, member. You have about 2 minutes. 2 minutes to state your piece.
Good afternoon. The last caller can't come back home. He hiding from ICE somewhere in New York.
Brother man. Member, sir, hold on. I have something to play for you there. Where it gone?
You are out of order.
Why? Don't assume. Nobody going into... Man, so he can't come back home, yes? We was going real good, you know, all you. I could have go tell Anderson, hey, all you behave well today. Why are you so... Oh, Lord. Where was I? Right. Yeah. So guys, yeah, it seems like such a simple concept, you know. Obviously the entire world does not run on the same currency, but we should be able to, as a country, a developed country, because I don't consider this place a developing country. We have amenities. Obviously not everybody has everything. We have everything that other countries have, most of things, right? We should be able to take our money and exchange them elsewhere. And especially, at the very least, amongst our Caribbean brothers and sisters. So I guess my question in the next hour, if you have any suggestions as to such, would be how can we make the TT dollar exchangeable outside of Trinidad and Tobago? Because it cannot be that we can only go to Central Bank or only go to the foreign exchange kiosks at Piaco International to exchange for US dollars. We cannot carry on like that. Alright? So we're taking this pause for the cause, pay some bills, and I will jump back in. Hour number 3. Now stay on stage. The Street Council will be back.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Attention business owners. Are you looking to reach a vast audience and boost your brand's visibility? Then look no further. The Street 919 FM is here to help you shine. With over 170,000 followers on our social media platforms, our radio station is the perfect platform to showcase your products and services. Join us and let your message be heard by thousands of eager listeners. Contact us now to learn more about our affordable advertising packages. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to connect with your target audience. Advertise with the Street 919 FM today. For more information, call 399-5959 or 384-2232.
It's easy on a Sunday morning. Tune in to Street 91.9 FM at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. with Minister Corey Joseph and the Youth Empowerment Foundation as we inspire you, motivate you, and educate you to achieve your dreams and purpose. Live your best life now. Support our vision and programs at any Republic Bank, the Youth Empowerment Foundation, account number 0902-3963-3931. For prayer, counseling, and social outreach, WhatsApp 1-868-701-5555 or call 273-1998. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. Think big. God has a plan for your life. There is destiny inside of you screaming to come out. Sponsored by JD Guides Funeral Home and Stan Media. We care about you.
It's in the feeling in our we talk. It's in the meaning in our spark. It is the thing that sets us apart. Who we are.
Whoever said messy was a bad thing totally missed the point. Take that hit song everyone loves now. It probably started like this. Baby, calm down. That's why KFC is celebrating the messy moments with our Messy Cruncher and Messy Zinger sandwiches for only $34.95. Imagine a crunchy, golden brown, flavorful chicken sandwich sauced to perfection with our signature sweet, spicy, tangy sauces. Oh boy. So crunch into the deliciously messy moments today. Check socials for details. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Ikaro, I am Alatumishe Ifabamishe Aganki, better known as MC Duke. And
every Monday between the hours of 9 p.m. to midnight,
I host a show called Orisha, The Way of Life, right here on the Street 919 FM, where I have guests passing through from the Orisha Ifa Baptist diaspora to educate, edify, and inform you, the listening public, about Orisha Ifa practices. So remember to tune in
every Monday between the hours of 9 p.m. to midnight
for Orisha, The Way of Life. Fire Mood Fridays on the Street 919 FM with yours truly, MC Duke and Selector Kochi. All genres of music from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Make it a date and don't be late. Rock and come in. Fire Mood Fridays, Club 919 FM. You don't know.
Young people of our nation, ignite your wellness journey with Nature's Touch Youth Health Caravan with Princess Omega and Associates. Prevent ill health today and reap the benefit of good health tomorrow. Join us every second and fourth Saturday of each month at 9:25 a.m. to 9:55 a.m., where we bring to you innovative health solutions. Invest in yourself today by ensuring that you're enjoying optimum health. We are located at number 3, 7th Avenue North via the Eastern Main Road, Barataria. For further information, please call or WhatsApp us at 868-310-8671 or 364-4464. Remember, at Nature's Touch, your health is our priority.
Hi, I'm Valentine Garcia.
And I'm Nikki Garcia.
Please join us on the Final Hour broadcast every Thursday at 9 a.m. on the Street 919 FM radio.
Every week, we will journey into the amazing Word of God. So please join us.
See you then.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Hi there, I'm Lester Suglal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM every Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services, situated at number 125 to 186 Eastern Main Road in Tunapuna. For the program Health and Healing, merging the old with the new, with Mr. Brent Diet. For more information, call 318-7471 or 484-0141 or 360-4100. It's all about Kingdom Health Services on the Street 919 FM.
Join the winning team with Pastor Alkaline John
every Tuesday from 11:05 a.m. to 12 noon and every Thursday night from 8 to 9 p.m.
live on the Street 919 FM as he talks about Lviv, the power of 5 fruits, one of the most powerful antioxidant supplements on the market today. The 5 superfruits in Lviv are mangosteen, acai, pomegranate, goji, and nuni. These fruits have a positive and profound impact on human health performance and disease. Join him as he gives live testimonials of the Laviv healing powers. To get more information, you can contact Pastor Alkaline John at 516-286-7079, or you can visit his webpage at www.alkalinejohn.com. Remember,
every Tuesday from 11:05 a.m. to 12 noon, and every Thursday night from 8 to 9 p.m.
live on the street 919 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Members, we invite you to be a part of the conversation. Please be mindful and remember our house rules. Be respectful. Keep your contribution under 3 minutes. This house is open to everyone.
All rise. All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
Now the election back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget fights and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. Oh, yeah. Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together.
Right, so we're back into it. If you're just joining us, welcome to the Street Council. Yours truly, Hashim the Dream. Anderson is not here today. He's invited to the president's house. Got to see Moody receive the award, so y'all can ask him about it on Monday. It also happens to be his birthday, so y'all make sure you call in on Monday. Send your best wishes to our Honorable Speaker Anderson. All right, quick housekeeping before we jump back into it. Guys, I'm not sure what the latest update is, but there was some traffic pileup on the southbound lane of Solomon Hochoi Highway. A gas truck veered off the road along the southbound lane in the vicinity of Claxton Bay flyover, and was causing traffic to back up. This was about 2 hours ago, but I'm not sure if the situation has rectified itself. But people, you know, between Anderson and I, we don't let a single week pass without telling y'all, please, for everything pure and sacred in this Twin Island Republic, take all your time on the road. The road is wet. You know there's oil on the road, and oil and water don't mix. Right? Ease your foot off the gas, make your way safely. Alright? I'd rather you arrive late than not at all. We's run on Trinidad time anyway. We know we late. Don't pelt up the road nowhere. Please and thank you. Alright? I don't know how much times we had to have this conversation, but until the road accidents start to diminish, we will continue to emphasize. Alright? And we all guilty of it. We've all done a stupid drive once in our life. At the very least. Take your time. Do the right thing on the road. Okay? Alright. Right, so if you're just joining us, we were speaking of some comments made by the Prime Minister of St. Vincent on exchanging TT dollars in the Caribbean. Some serious insights from the members in the past hour. And I left y'all with a question, which I am hoping some of y'all can answer. Which is, how can we make Trinidad and Tobago's dollars exchangeable outside of Trinidad and Tobago? Alright. Come on. Something here. Well, again, those numbers to call in for those suggestions. 342-0081. Now, I am no economist. What I say may sound like rubbish to some people who are a little bit more learned than I am. Right? But I have the microphone and I'll give you some ideas. If I did my own questions and I came up with one or two things to make the TT dollar exchangeable outside of the country. Right? I feel we need to implement major economic, regulatory, and financial reforms. Right? Gotta adopt a fully convertible currency, because right now the TT dollar is not fully convertible on international markets. Right? So we have to remove or relax some capital control, allow free market determination, and permit foreign banks and institutions to freely hold, trade, and repatriate TT dollars. I think that is the main problem. Alright? This will increase our accessibility, but open up the currency to speculative attacks and inflation, if not backed by strong fundamentals. Alright? At least that's me. That is where I will leave it at that. But I want to hear from y'all. If I'm talking nonsense, then I'm talking nonsense, you know? Because I want to hear your suggestions too. Good afternoon.
Yeah, the dream.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Gavokita here.
Yes, sir.
Well, here is happening. In CARICOM, there was what they call a CSME.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That was established. That single market, they call it the CARICOM Single Market and Economy. That's what the CSME acronym means.
Okay.
And any matter affecting trade among the 15 CARICOM states, right, was supposed to be settled there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is supposed to come out and just speak, on any matter concerning trade,
mm-hmm.
right, within CARICOM, right? There was also what they call a regional negotiating committee, right? That regional negotiating committee was a subset of CARICOM, or a derivative of CARICOM.
Okay.
Right? It was headed by one Richard Bonal. I know because I don't have much about it again, right? But all the CSME came from a CARICOM heads of Caribbean conference meeting in Grenada. They call it the Grand Anse Accord. right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I think I disagree with the statement from the Honorable Prime Minister from St. Vincent. Right? There are mechanisms in place to discuss troubling matters as far as trade is concerned and general economics is concerned. Right?
Okay.
Right? On the question of lack of foreign exchange, I don't want to mention that caller anymore. He knows what I'm telling you. Some of the factors that causes a shortage of foreign exchange, right? If you're not exporting one, right, you cannot get any returns on foreign exchange. Right? You have to keep what they call in economics your key performance. They call them the KPIs, the key performance indicators in check, like your GNP, right? Your GDP, your balance of trade, right? Right? You need to. That's what they call key performance indicators. You have to keep that on check all the time, right? So somebody should know when there's a problem in terms of foreign exchange. Well, of course, we sold, or not sold, but we more or less collapsed or made the driver of the economy here, which was the petrotrin industry, the petrotrin factory, right? And that was what called a total lack of money of foreign exchange to come within our system, right? Any third year secondary school student could tell that. Right? So that is how to say everything. There's a structure in everything. There's a structure in everything. Everything is there, but just people, we deal with things laissez-faire, and then when it becomes a problem, now you want to find out why, you want to find out how and who did it. But there's a structure in everything. Anyhow, brother, thanks, right?
Of
for
course.
Your time, right?
Yes, Mr. Lockett, no problem. Thank you, member. Okay. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good
Sorry for the hold.
My brother, Minister. You could, I think they have you in the wrong portfolio, Minister. You should be in charge of the Ministry of Finance.
I should be in charge of finance? No, sir.
Yeah, based on the ideas I just heard you disseminate here to the citizenry.
Well,
you have been placed in the wrong ministry, sir.
Oh Lord! I only did a little. I only made a little suggestion. You know, I even make a full.
Excellent. But let me give you something.
All right, sure.
How can we be, looking to deal internationally when our money is not worth toilet paper in the Caribbean? You can't even go in the banks in any of the Caribbean islands and exchange our money for theirs.
Yeah. And it's a problem. I've always found that to be a problem.
Well, how about we start off by just doing EC? Let us just do that. Start off with EC.
Right.
Into our country. And let's adopt EC as our new currency.
Okay.
You understand? That is the first step to what it is you had suggested. And unfortunately, the gentleman previously made a very serious error in judgment by claiming that the big giver of finance or foreign exchange gathering was the refinery. The refinery was an albatross around the country's neck because it was hemorrhaging money, because the cost of productivity was higher than the cost of the product that could be sold. It happened the same way with gas, with sugar as with cocoa. It's called economic determinism. That is why England paid us money to stop the sugar.
Okay.
Because the cost of productivity of our sugar was more than we could have sold it competitively on the economic international markets. Listen, these things are online, I'm not telling you suggestions and that I feel like and whatever. I'm speaking of things that are there online. It's economic determinism that tell them, listen, it was not practical for us to be manufacturing sugar that cannot be sold competitively on the international market.
Okay.
It's clear and simple. So for us, we need a method of generating finances, and unfortunately, gas, the exportation of the fuel, gas, not the LPG gas, but the gas what we just normally use in our vehicles. That gas was not being made at a competitive price to be sold internationally, and we saw that at a certain period of time when it was sold to a certain country at a significantly less price than it cost to manufacture.
Right.
And I will say something and people go hate it on that because the unions overpriced the cost of labor. Come on, let's be real. Listen, nobody likes to talk about the elephant in the room. So nobody does like me because that's the only fella I just tackle. Now, when did our problem for US start? You remember?
I'm not going to sit here and say that I can remember exactly when.
2013, when the then Governor General, the Governor of the Central Bank, changed a lot of things in how the US was disseminated and obtained. From then, we started having small issues, not big, humongous ones, but small issues with our foreign currency acquisitions. And it kept going downhill consistently because they could not have changed, apparently, what was done. I can't go into all the details of what was done, but here is the problem, right? One of our biggest hemorrhage is we have to stop people from sending our money outside of this country. The US that we generate here, we have to find a way to stop people from sending it outside of their country to their own country. And no, I'm not speaking about any. We know the people who just take $8 and $7.50 for one. And they just send it back home. And that is draining our US, because you see the average citizen, when he get 200 in 3 different banks, yes, and we know that is what has happened. And you go and you come back and you have 100 and 150, or your auntie or your nenen or somebody who is in America send in Western Union some US for you, and you go there and you get 7 to 1, $7.50 or $8 to 1, and they take it and they send it back home. That is the US that we got into our country has been lost. We losing the money because we don't have any checks and balances into seeing that we cannot. In 2015, somebody sent away $1 billion US to Bahrain. And just to show you how it is, the money was going out. Do you remember the gentleman who went away to Curacao and came back with a briefcase full of 100,000 US dollars?
I remember that, yes.
That?
I remember that, yes.
Right. So that is because people are able to send our US outside of our country and store in banks outside of our country. There are ways and means of doing these things, and we have to find a way to plug it. But unfortunately, nobody is going to plug it because they're all doing it, and they benefit from it. This is why some people want to devalue the money, because then they will have more money. But what they fail to realize is the money here then will worth nothing. Because if you devalue our dollar, then every single thing will cost much more, because we are an import-oriented country, not an export-oriented. And the people who earns foreign currency, like some of the medium-sized businesses, they don't help to advertise and market the products. We have plenty of people who are doing these things, making things in this country. We don't make it directly, totally, but we manufacture it because we import the raw material and then make a product and export it. And we get foreign exchange for that, but they don't help market. The government should be, I don't know what the trade ministers in this country should be doing.
Remember, I have to put you on.
Yeah. You have a nice day, man. Have a nice day.
Yeah, sorry about that. I know you was getting into it, so I didn't know I was getting into it, so I do apologize for that. All right. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I know we have to stick to the time limit. I'm not doing a good job of that today, and I apologize. All right, good afternoon. Oh God, yeah, in our next call. Call back. I'm not sure what happened there. Sorry about that. Right. Good afternoon.
Yeah, Jim. You get that oil rig all that time to talk about that nonsense. You know, if you start a drilling, you get back for exchange because you have all your oil in the body, you know.
What do you mean you have all the... What the... KFC?
But you was keeping the fire blazing. He telling the king, you don't know him, I know him. He love oil, love the white lady. You get back oil for me, buddy. But when I talk about that nonsense and you don't have man about 2013 for exchange, disappear in this country and all kind of thing. And send the PNM in government said God was a little boy, them mash up this country. Then parachute to oil boom. They was making money. Yeah, for hungry people there, you know. You're supposed to have skyscrapers and things, you know. Lavanti and concert voting in the PNM supposed to be real nice, you know.
We don't have skyscrapers.
Proper school, proper roads and all that kind of thing, you know. So already give you a break now with the PNM nonsense now. I love to understand.
Yes, sir. We don't have skyscrapers. I thought the buildings in Port of Spain were skyscrapers. They're skyscrapers to me. I don't know if they're not skyscrapers to y'all. Good afternoon.
Yeah, Mr. Alonso, I do have to call for the day again. The gentleman was suggesting that we return to the Eastern Caribbean currency. We became independent in '62. We have our own central bank, right? We were years before, when we were under British rule.
I don't think he said return to it, you know. He said adopt it, and not return to it.
Well, adopt it and return the same thing as far as that matter is concerned. The Eastern Caribbean Currency Board, that is to control everybody. Trinidad, Barbados, right? And the Windward Islands. And I think the Leeward Islands too. And when islands had become independent, they formed their own central bank. But the Eastern Caribbean area now, which is the Windward Islands mostly, Eastern Caribbean.
It's Leeward and Windward Islands.
Yeah, they stayed with the currency. So it will not be a positive thing to go back to Eastern Caribbean currency. We have to find ways to manage and improve on our currency value. Right?
And that's my question. That's my question in this hour. How do we improve on our value, on the TT dollar value in the world?
Well, you see, at time that's the next thing. We were linked to the British pound for a number of years, and then in the mid-80s, I think I was under Mr. Chambers' administration. We then linked to the US, right? But previously we were linked to the British pound, so our money was floated and devalued based on the value of what they call the pound sterling, right? And apparently we get hooked up with the American pegged to the American dollar, and that's the situation as it is. Right? But there is something wrong in the managing of our money in terms of the value of the money here. Right? Something is wrong, and we have reasonable economists here who could really come up with a new dispensation. Yeah, because really, Eastern Caribbean currency, I think it's $3, or 270 something to one, 270 something TT to one EC currency. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's roughly that, yes.
Yeah. So that's the problem. But that is what the CSME was formed to deal with these kind of monetary issues and trade issues. But nobody, the government, like the governments in the CARICOM, like to me, I don't know the law centers here. It's not what I do not know, because everybody want to be to be king in a blind man country. Yeah. So that is how it is. Right? What they call a big fish in a small pond. Yeah. Okay, brother, man. So, but you take care for it. I think I'm coming back for the afternoon again. So.
All right. Thank you, member.
I'm interested in that. I should come up here. Okay, good. Thanks. Have a good weekend.
You as well.
And still, with my CDEP, I'm still asking you to find out what was the reason why the people, you know, why they closed down the CDEP, right? Because when the government instituted it, when they lost power, the incoming government, apparently they closed down the CDEP.
I will look into it.
Huh?
I will keep looking into it.
Yeah. Because
All right.
I think there's transplanted here and they call it CPAP here. You know, we like to copycat and all kind of thing. But anyhow, okay, good.
All right. Yeah, we had some money on the line here. Good afternoon. Sorry for the hold.
Yes, sir. Good day. Sorry to call back again, but you know,
no problem, no problem.
This is what has happened, right? People has attacked people and not discuss the issues. And this is why our country is how it is. Do you know that for a very long time we don't get the 100% of our oil? We was getting 6.25%. But then up came a roughneck called Dr. Rowley, who went to them and tell them, hey, this is not going to cut it. We need more money. And therefore, our royalties jumped to 12.5%. And when he was going, the now present Prime Minister called and screamed, oh my gosh, everybody will leave the country. But they did not. And we are now benefiting from what he did, getting 12.5% in royalties for our oil. Hence the reason why it is we are not as developed as we should have been. If it is we were like in a country as Bahrain or any other of the Middle Eastern countries who get a higher percentage of their royalties and oil. Because we don't own ours. We never did. It's still under English. And unfortunately, our dollar did not float until Mr. Chambers. We were never floating with the English pound. We had a value of the money. And you would not be able to remember, but at a period of time, the TT dollar was worth $2.58 per US.
I was probably not alive during that time, but I did definitely know that at that time it definitely was it was worth more.
And I made complaints bitterly because I went to sleep on a Friday when they said they're going and float it. And they closed off at $2.58. And when I woke up Monday morning, I don't know, they say it was based on supply and demand. But like all the banks went and do trading on a Saturday and Sunday, because when I woke back up, the dollar was $3.75 the next Monday.
Yeah, I heard that was a panic. I think I watched a clip about that. And yeah, Trinidad went in a panic mode, yeah.
And he did not float it, he stunk it. Right? And since then, we're sinking. But to generate more revenue, you know what we have to go back to? The ideas of Dr. Eric Williams. Productivity. Tolerance. Or being intolerant. And we just lay back because, you know, we want somebody to do for us. And we ain't doing nothing for we. And as for the CPAP workers, I'm trying to understand how a minister, a line minister, or any form of government person can fire and close a contract when there is a board that's supposed to be doing that. And presently, they're now trying to get a board for CPAP. So we'll fire them. I smell a lawsuit in the sky. And it's coming down. It's going higher, or it's coming down. Because that is illegal. I don't care what it's going up to the door, which nobody can prove and show. But regardless of what you think it is, there are due process. And when you abandon due process, you have something called anarchy. Once there's no rules and laws, you have anarchy. And that is the state of the country we are in right now.
All right. Well, thank you for your
nice day. Enjoy your weekend.
All right.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you, sir. Thank you, sir. And on that CPAP note, I believe the protest march has already begun. Yeah, it looks like some opposition members are walking with some terminated CPAP workers near City Hall on Knox Street this afternoon. So just letting you all know that is going on. Hopefully it does not obstruct any traffic or of any kind. But proceed with caution regardless. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon again, Mr. Dream.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dream, you see, when you start getting addicted to propaganda as a chaser, you're in a real bad position. And a lot of the last two callers, they're very addicted to propaganda as a chaser. If they high on something, it can't be right. I want to know that Jamaica have a sugar industry, Guyana have a sugar industry, Barbados have a sugar industry. If the sugar that they're producing have a different value to the one that we was producing, we decided to close down our sugar industry. Because they started their industry around the same time with us.
Right.
And they have their industry still running and profitable. No British didn't come and tell them the sugar they're producing and have value outside. They're making profit from that. They're gaining revenue from that. So I don't see where all in a sudden Trinidad sugar again can make money in the same market with these people I'm selling. You see, and then it come back down to Petrotrin again. Where you come and talk a sort of rubbish again that Petrotrin was an albatross around the neck of Trinidad and Tobago. But they did 2 studies on Petrotrin. And the 2 studies came up that Petrotrin is profitable. Because again, it have a lot of, all over the world have refinery that refining the same oil and it's profitable. Why Trinidad refinery cannot be profitable? And they had a lot of ways to make the company profitable and to generate revenue from the company. A lot was mismanagement and hiring friends and family all over the place and a certain money that Malcolm Jones take $12 billion US and invested in a plant that couldn't work and put a strain on the company. All these kind of things. So people is only come and talk from what they feel is right and is not factual because they love to live on propaganda. Now there's 2 currencies in the world that is recognized in every nook and cranny in the world. It's gold and the US dollar. That's the 2 things that have value in every single country in the world. Every existing place in the world, that is the euros don't have that value. The pound don't have that value. No other currency don't have that value. So once, and then the way you could generate, the only way you could generate foreign exchange in your country is with trade. So if we had something to trade, we trade it with these people. And let me tell you, some people talk about sending the money outside and all that. It is no law that you can bank anywhere in the world. Once you have, that is your money and you earn it legally. So you could bank your money anyway. If you have a bank to bank $30, you could bank it anyway. So that and all is propaganda. What we need to understand in this country is that here what? Our money is being funneled out of Trinidad and Tobago through a conglomerate that control certain aspect of the government and the banking system in this country. And that is where the money was hemorrhaging through the country. All the billions of talk. And before I forget this other point, concerning the price we talk about 12% and all this kind of rubbish again. Let me tell you something. In the world market, OPEC sets the price of oil. And you as a country now, we as price takers, we are not price makers. We don't get around that table. So if a barrel of oil is $50, we get $50 for the oil thing. We can say, hey, I want to sell my barrel of oil for $100. So when the companies them that drilling in your country comes into your country and they start to drill and things, they will negotiate to make a profit. They may come. So when you say 12%, it doesn't mean that you can get 12% if the price that equate to $50 a barrel. If the price is $10, you get $1.20 on a barrel. Now, it all depends on how much the company pays to put a barrel of oil in the tank. After they meter it, and that goes in the tank, all the expenses they pay, they would negotiate with the government to say, hey, here what? We're going to give you this amount of royalties for the barrel of oil you take. So if every day now I produces, and if the oil price drop, the price could negotiate. If they go up, they could take. So it's like anybody coming and saying, hey, here was the scene. I am in charge and I'm going to tell you how to sell your tomatoes or how to sell your bacon or anything like that. That whole different ball game you're talking about. This is something that is standardized. BP will leave England and come drill here. They will look at the oil price on the OWTs is set. They would compare how much money they had to spend to lift a barrel of oil and put it in the tank. And then they would negotiate and say, okay, after all these expenses, I'm making $25 on a barrel. Where you go accept? And that's simple as it. It's no big match. If a man could go and negotiate and say he could get extra $1, well, okay, fine. If you could get, so all this big thing about we getting this all the time and you know what we getting? And was squandered in the country? The millions and millions of barrel of oil that pass through this country and the billions and trillions of US dollars that pass through this country that thief out and was squandered. That is where we get.
Right,
now
I gotta lock you off because you cannot go in overtime and some people are calling.
All right then, we'll take care later. Yeah.
All right, thank you, sir.
Members, we invite you to be a part of the conversation. Please be mindful and remember our house rules. Be respectful. Keep your contribution under 3 minutes. This house is open to everyone.
Right, numbers again, guys. 342-0081-466, sorry, 5391. Okay? Take another suggestion. I made one suggestion as to how our foreign exchange can be exchangeable outside of Trinidad.
Let us forget fights and grudges.
Here's another one. Right now, the central bank, right, of Trinidad and Tobago, maintains a managed float for the TT dollar, right? It's a semi-fixed rate. Why not move from a free float? Why don't we move, to a more free float or more flexible peg system? It would allow the market to sell the real value of the TT dollar. It can attract forex traders and market makers to handle the TT dollar globally. And while in the short term, it can lead to some devaluation. In the long term, the benefits for competitiveness and convertibility, I think, would be worth it. But you let me know. Good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon.
Devaluation. See?
Sorry, say that again?
Devaluation. Again, you said?
Yeah, I said it could lead, what I just suggested, to float the TT dollar at a more flexible pegs, with a more flexible peg system. It could lead to devaluation at first, but the long-term but it will have long-term benefits for competitiveness and convertibility of the TT dollar. But yeah,
I'm working in the street, 25, Amoko, and they had something them the sea, and when they drilled it, they said it was too rich refining. So there's the tankers pulling up at the SPM, loading and spinning in the Atlantic, and then straight back to America. They say our crude was golden because I used to be on the platform and I witnessed the golden crude that we have. Understand? And they just raped our country and took all the oil to America and those places, and they gave us crumbs for our oil. Understand? So that's why that our economy ended up in this state. Right? Look down on this one.
All right, thank you, member.
Surely I do have to spell them.
All right, I got some. Oh Lord.
Cause you know as well as
I apologize. I see some messages being messaged as well.
It's putting more.
Sorry, I do get absent-minded sometimes, so I do apologize. Or get invested into the calls, I should say. Alright, so someone said to the caller who's calling, right, try to defend stupidness. How many percent was it in Eric Williams' time of the big oil boom? And where did all the money go when he died and George Chambers took over? He had to ask where all the money went. And who was oh boy. And who was the PM's daughter who never worked a day? Do I really have to read that one? Who was the PM's daughter who never worked a day in her life but wanted to lend the country billions of dollars? Where did she get that money from? Oh boy. Ay, ay, ay.
This also goes for every Trinbagonian.
I don't say I didn't read your messages, okay? I just hadn't checked the messages to read. I apologize.
Now is the time to come home and do something.
342-0081.
Instead of staying out there and
466-5391.
Because now, more than ever, we must show.
Check another reason for y'all.
Discipline.
Sorry, not another reason. Another way, another option
to build
to make the TT dollar exchangeable outside of Trinidad.
I say.
Right now, there's a limited global demand for TT dollars. Well, little to no. Let's say that. The demand can increase if one, TNT exports more globally competitive goods and services, not just regionally in the Caribbean. We develop a strong offshore financial sector, like in the Cayman Islands or the British Virgin Islands, and encourage foreign deficit investments. Sorry, was somebody calling their call back, sir? Sorry. Someone said nobody likes to hear the truth. It's human nature. Special good afternoon to all my people in the YouTube stream. I'm not checked into y'all this afternoon at all. Miss Arima, good afternoon to you. Echoes of Horrors, good afternoon. Ram Kalawan, big up yourself. I want to get into some of your comments. But first, good afternoon.
Yes, Mr. Dream.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dream, when we discuss economic issues,
yes, sir.
I think it's important. I'm not trying to demean or degrade or to question people's knowledge or the intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
But if people lack the basic understanding of economics, didn't do economics at O level, A level, I'm not saying that everybody need to have that kind, but I'm saying that when I listen sometimes, I myself, I'm a student, I'm still learning. I've been exposed to economics, not as an economist, probably as a course at university. But the point about it here is this. These things like for the exchange rates, the floating, fixed exchange rate, managed float and all that, these things are complex issues. And the point about it is a lot of people don't read because there were articles written by Euribor and Wendell Motley in The Guardian some months ago with respect to that exchange rate and the difficulty and the challenges that they face and why they should move from fixed or managed float to float the dollar. Right? And you sit down and you listen to people talk sometime and it doesn't make sense because for the unsuspecting, those who doesn't know, like myself, who not that bright, I mean, you just fool people. You just leave them in ignorance. And therefore, I'm saying that those people who come in and making the kind of pronouncements and all these things and articulating about this and that, do some reading before, do some research. With this country in a bad state, we need to move on. And the more educated people you have in this country, the better for us. So I am waiting here. I listen sometimes. I don't normally listen to, these days because I don't have the time and all that. But I expect that people would, in fact, when I sit down, I want to know that I'm being informed, I'm being educated, I'm being enlightened, right? And the question, somebody talk about the gas and the oil, and some 12% they negotiate. But what is the state of the oil? Even though you negotiate at 12%, but oil production has dropped to the lowest, 40,000 barrels from 200 and something thousand barrels a day to 40,000. Just last week, it was the Central Bank reporting that gas production is at its lowest. We almost out of gas. So what nonsense you could be telling me? What you come on the radio and telling people? So people read the newspaper, read articles, look at Mariano Brown and these people, the economists. Look at Wendell Motley and Hugh Bob and these people. Hugh Bob was once the governor of the Central Bank. Wendell Motley was a renowned economist, Cambridge trained, once Minister of Finance, governor, head of Unit Trust and other things. Read, don't come to spread propaganda, things you don't know, and politicize them. And the fact that, one point I want to make, the fact that this country is where it is in terms of the forex and the reserves and our capacity, the other countries not willing to accept our currency, is an indictment of the people who run this country for the last 9 years. They have failed miserably. They have collapsed the economy. I remember Guyana was almost in similar situation, and they used to laugh at Guyana because Ghanaians used to come here to get foreign exchange, right? Because they didn't have. Bear that in mind. So I don't know where they're going with this. You need to rebuild, and you can't rebuild an economy on ignorance. Educate the people. This is why I agree with La Hoqueta, Mr. La Hoqueta, because this thing is unbearable. And they're convincing us. They're talking with confidence. Thank you, Mr. G.
No problem, Mr. West. See how some people here agreeing with you as well? Totally agree. Some comments here from YouTube. We need to stop pointing fingers and stretching out our hands in an effort to promote change. No matter who's in power, the people themselves is who will create change. Man, I should have saved that message for the ender. I should have saved that message for the end. That's a very very powerful note to leave on. Oh Lord. And we have just a little time probably to take at least one or two more calls. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, members. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, good afternoon.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, how come we money, the man embarrassing we and calling we money, monopoly money. But yet still when volcano blow up and all kind of tragedy and hurricane and they need we money. Eh? What wrong with we Trinidad? Yeah? Something wrong with we, man. Later.
Later. Again, you have to understand. The comment was made as a comparison because the money, our money, cannot be used in these other countries. It can't be exchanged for their local currencies. It is essentially worth nothing unless they spend it in Trinidad. Right? That is the comparison that the Vincentian Prime Minister was making. Right?
This also goes for
so no jib or jive. It's a metaphor.
Who going to live
right?
foreign land. Now is the time to come home and do something instead of staying out there and freezing. Because now more than ever we must show.
Right, some comments here from YouTube. Ask yourself how these people building big condos that look just like American condos. They're using TT to buy those materials. Okay.
That is the main foundation.
I think you might have to call in and explain the whole thing, because I might have missed a couple of your points from before. Oh Lord, it is quite a lot. Quite a lot of them. Let me see. Dreams, you must look back to see where you were, to know where you are, to know what and where you are heading to. Such it is with all things in life. I definitely don't disagree with that. Good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon, member. You have
Who's the big shot that all the money never work nowhere?
Say again, sorry?
Who's the big shot that never work nowhere and have all that money? Yes, a woman never work nowhere and have money.
Okay. I couldn't tell you.
Oh, you can't remember?
No, you tell me.
No, I hear the radio, so I want to know who is that.
Who is on the radio now, you mean?
Yeah. Anyway, you can talk anything, right?
Go ahead, as long as you're respectful.
We're looking at the Tobago affair with the aircraft on it. Tobago said they want the aircraft to leave Trinidad 11:30 in night time and reach Tobago and leave Tobago 12:05 in night time. It's not easy to put an aircraft, to lift an aircraft off the ground. The pilot lifts it off the ground, but what's the cost? You have 2 pilots in the aircraft. You have 3 stewardess in the aircraft. Extra stewardess live in Diego Martin. A pilot live in Tagarigo. One live in San Fernando. Like 3 set of transport here to get the drop them people home after they work. And the aircraft might lift over Trinidad with about, let's say 5 passengers for the most sometimes to go to Bigo. There is no cost, and then you have the ground staff to be, we have a staff that will be on the ground to receive the aircraft, bring it in and everything. I don't know why they think it's just lift an aircraft and carry it to Bigo and put it on the ground and you pick it up and go. It's an expensive thing. This is why you have scheduled flights. And then some people, they book a ticket and then they come. So sometimes the flight is empty on the ground and you still have to carry passenger next time. So the people from Tobago, I am thinking only, but it's not easy to lift up a flight off the ground with 3 or 4 passengers. It's very expensive. You have landing, you have landing rights and you have parking position. You have to pay for that. You have to pay for all sorts of things. Like as long as I have lift up, you have to pay for it. So we have 3 passengers. It make no sense because it's Tobago. I mean, everybody wants to go to Tobago and come back, but you have to think about the cost of it. To lift aircraft off the ground, everything from Tobago to Trinidad, you think that the cost is then what they should say, aircraft leaving Trinidad 11:30 in night time, and what could happen, the aircraft could overnight there, and a crew bring it down in the morning, but then you have to pay for the crew to stay by the aircraft in Tobago.
All right,
so you have to be careful. You schedule all this stuff right, and bring the aircraft even 11 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the night time. Get all this stuff there, 8 o'clock in the night time, the aircraft will be full, and it will be a cost. You can't have a bus flight. They'll call that bus flight, the aircraft even empty. It's costing to lift it up, you have to full it with fuel. You can't put the exact amount of fuel for you to go to Bigo.
Right.
Suppose we have land, so that fly around.
Yeah,
and find the next airport to land. So
right. Remember we have some bills to pay, so I had to lock you off, all right?
Then we have to think.
All right.
We have to think.
All right. I gotta lock you off. We have some bills to pay. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I have to pay my bills. All right, just as you do. But thank you very much for your contribution. I appreciate you. I apologize for cutting you off. All right, we gotta take this break, guys. When we come back, we jump into our segment. What is not a crime but should be?
Remember the key to success.
I had some serious ones yesterday, had us cracking up. Let's see what y'all have this afternoon. Let's pay these bills and come right back. Thank you.
Forget all your differences, let we start to build.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
Attention business owners. Are you looking to reach a vast audience and boost your brand's visibility? Then look no further. The Street 919 FM is here to help you shine. With over 170,000 followers on our social media platforms, our radio station is the perfect platform to showcase your products and services. Join us and let your message be heard by thousands of eager listeners. Contact us now to learn more about our affordable advertising packages. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to connect with your target audience. Advertise with The Street 919 FM today. For more information, call 399-5959 or 384-2232.
This is the voice of Tuesday Seventh-day Adventist. We are preaching Emergency Alert broadcast, which is from the Tuesday Seventh-day Adventist Church. We will be featuring voices of brethren from different parts of the world, preaching the gospel, preaching prophecy as it relates to current events and the ending of the world. Listen to us on 91.9 FM every Sunday from 9:05 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Sundays. May God bless you as you learn the truth. In Jesus' name, amen.
Are you searching for answers to life's questions? Those things that disturb and concern you the most? Why all the wickedness? Why the suffering in the world? Will it end? Who is responsible? Well, if so, join us right here on The Street 91.9 FM every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. with Brother Samuel Gooding and Roland White, where we open the Bible and find answers to all these things and more. For it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God.
Every child is created for excellence. Release the natural intelligence from every child with the IBG educational products. Just listen to these testimonies.
He wanted to read to show me what he can read in one day time. We get through the program and she made real good marks.
And she's singing the song. She liked the song too bad.
And they were really excited. It's success in no time for them.
With the IBG educational products, we guarantee instant learning to all.
This is about the best thing I've seen.
It is extremely well.
At IBG, we project the young minds of today to be leaders tomorrow. Just call us at 330-1384 or WhatsApp us at the same number, 330-1384. Delivery at your door. Find us on Facebook and Instagram. Start working from at home with the IBG educational products and send them out to school as champions.
Planning your Tobago getaway? Choose the highest Google-rated car rental company on the island, O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago. Located just minutes from the A.N.R. Robinson International Airport, at O'Neill, we pride ourselves on being the most tech-savvy car rental company in Tobago. Our process is 100% digital. No paperwork, no long lines. From easy pickup to seamless returns, renting a car in Tobago has never been simpler. WhatsApp us now at 1-868-361-1042 to book your vehicle. Don't forget to mention promo code RADIO2 to receive a 5% discount on your rental. Send a WhatsApp message to 1-868-361-1042 today. That's 1-868-361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago, the easiest, most reliable car rental experience on the island.
Vehicle availability is subject to change. Driver must be at least 25 years old and have a valid driver's license to book. For more information, visit www.rentalcartobago.com.
Are you tired of scratching the surface? Do you want to understand the real forces shaping Trinidad and Tobago? From the delicate dance of our energy sector on the global stage, to the geopolitical shadows behind the crime affecting our streets, we dig deeper. The third umpire goes beyond the headlines. We connect the dots between local challenges and the international currents that truly impact your life, your wallet, your security. Join Stephen Matheson, Selvin Mitchell, and Ronaldo Rollux, 3 employment law and human resource management consulting professionals, as they unpack the complexities, analyze the power plays, and reveal the often hidden realities. Understand the game. Understand your role in it. The third umpire, critically analyzing Trinidad and Tobago's economic and political realities on how they affect your daily lives. Tune in Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. on The Street 919 FM. Don't just listen to the news. Understand it.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning on The Street 919 FM radio. Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamfleur, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
All rise. All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
Now the election back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget spites and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. Oh, yeah. Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. So much of things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out. Cause you know as well as I do, the only way is put in more effort and less play. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. This also goes for every Trinbagonian.
Right, and we are back at our final hour here on the Street Council. Final hour for the week, actually. Yours truly, Hashing the Dream. Just me in here today. Like I said, y'all can ask Anderson about his interactions with Uncle Modi on Monday.
I say,
I just take a time real quick to say happy 4th of July to all of our international listeners in the US. Totally slipped my mind yesterday. It's a long weekend for you guys, and I hear nice big Caribbean parties going on. I hear Vibes with Voices happening. Was it in DC? DC or Atlanta? I can't remember which one. However you choose to spend the day off, we're glad that you're taking the time off to spend some of it with us. And that is most definitely not a crime in this final hour. Commend you and appreciate you for taking your time out to make sure that you contribute to the council. Because it's your contributions that help push the narratives and conversations forward, you know. Alright. Good afternoon to the Island Diva. James, good afternoon. Echoes, Miss Arima. Wake up all y'all self. Alright. So we in our segments. What is not a crime? It should be a crime. Honestly, being real, I know he gone already, right? But the traffic arrangements while the Indian Prime Minister was here should have been a crime. I honestly feel we should have just get the day off. Get the day off. So those who wanted to go and take the time to see the procession, go see the procession, wave the flags, wave at Modi. You you know, watch from afar. Probably a big screen event in East Savannah or something. To watch them receive the medal. Right? We could have had a full day yesterday and a day off tomorrow. Just call that George. But that is just me. Who is me? But yeah, that traffic was a crime. I had a rendezvous last night and I almost didn't make it. Because Rice Road was blocked. Thankfully I was at an intersection where I could have squeezed into another road and make my way through some back roads that were now completely empty because, oh gosh, these streets were empty. That's one thing. So, yeah. Anyway, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You dream?
Yes, sir.
How are you going, brother?
We're going good, sir.
Not a crime? Yeah. What is not a crime and it should be a crime, you say?
Yes.
I a contractor, I a laborer working for the last 10 years with CPEP. The contractor working, yeah, more than one contract, he working for $20-something thousand a month. I gain 700. And now when he see he gonna lose his work, all of a sudden my work get important. That is a crime. That is a crime.
Bring it to the front of the where's my mouse.
You understand where I'm coming from?
I understand exactly where you're coming from. So come to the front of the class for that one.
They had 3 and 4 contracts, 60 and 70,000. I get 700 a fortnight a week. And only when they see they're gonna lose them work, then they know how important that is.
Those are the ones. In short, this is doing hey, look at that. They say give him a next one. So, all right, I'll give him a next one. Yeah, we could give him 2 seats in the front for sure. Most definitely. All y'all better make sure they get that month's salary, eh? Only then you're gonna see a real storm kick up. They say some stipulations was in place to get at least a month's salary out. You better make sure them CPAP workers get that salary, yeah?
Election back and I'll die away.
One set of criminal all years. Anyway.
This is what I have.
There's neither here nor there.
Let us forget spikes
and let me just say that let me just drop just in case I get a call from the room.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Yeah, gotta cover bases sometimes, especially when you get in passion on the people in airways. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dream.
Good afternoon.
Dream.
Yeah.
You know that crime?
What is that crime, sir?
Plenty of them P&M contractors and them was sitting on that radio station. You know they're broken and hungry more than me and you?
I don't know, because I'm really hungry right now, and I need food.
You go on, I'm going to get a flick. About last year, I think I work out 3 days with them. I had to wait a whole month to get 9 something, you know.
For 3 days? For a little 3 days work?
Yeah, for 3 days. Man. Yeah, none of them contractors, they don't want to pay the workers. They had to wait till they get the big check and take the pay of workers. That is a crime.
Yeah. I definitely
because well, people had to wait so long, so you have nothing to put on to pay your contractors. And when you go and collect your big check, you can put all in the bank. Plenty of them P&M contractors, they're broke. When they put on nothing for rainy days, I can call them out. Well, everything is that time in. After them, I'm going to go and march with them. Hey, Jimmy, man, what I like with the P&M, they know to take care of poor people. You know. So when they're in a position, when they're out of office, they show them what they can and love and appreciate poor people. Well, you really study P&M politics, you stay away from P&M people. I love to arrest them.
All right, sir.
Remember the key.
Yeah, so it's a great contribution by that. They only know that you're important. Out of convenience. Yeah. All y'all who only remember, and for CPAP aside, anybody who make big money and y'all only remember y'all have other people that need money too.
We surely will.
All of y'all all that is a crime.
No
Remember the people that making you get the big money. Do not ever forget them, eh? Because only then you'll start to see hungry and broken. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, darling.
Good afternoon, how are you? I am well, you know, I am well. I can't complain. How are you?
Yeah, I all right for now, eh?
All right,
yeah,
that's good.
Darling,
That's good.
I just locked down and listening to what's going on in this place now. You understand? They're doing to what us stupidness, to what advantage us. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right then. So Trinidad and Tobago, all have a good evening, eh? And God bless you. Yeah? God cover we need brother Jesus. Okay?
Thank you.
All right then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Tanti. Thank you. Thank you very much. For one thing, I know it's a God out there, yes? I know there's one. I know there is a God.
Need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out. Cause you know as well as I do, the only way is putting more effort and less play.
Here is a crime. Here is a crime.
More than ever we must show
Ducking work.
Tolerance and production.
You duck work for a day, especially on a Friday.
A strong and better nation.
But you coming into work Monday morning more tired than anybody else. I know that is not a jab at Anderson, okay? Anderson went to do a civic duty, okay? I'm speaking in general, so you don't come and say I showed jab at Anderson on the airwaves, eh? In general, you duck work, particularly on a Friday, and you come into your place of employment more tired than anybody else on the next day of work, that is a crime. You duck the people work. What you want to do? Mischievous actions and activities. Instead, you take the time to rest your eyes. Or you just happen to be out the night before. Instead of nursing your little hangover, you decide to overindulge. And you jump in the deep end twice. Now you mash up on the worker. You know you can't miss work twice without a doctor's note. Criminals.
Now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us put hand in hand, because this is our.
Here's a crime.
Come my brother, come my sister. And let us build a nation together.
If none all you if nobody took Modi to a double stand in the short time he was here, that is a crime. I don't know what all you had on the menu for him, but if doubles wasn't on that menu, that is a crime. We need to send doubles back to India. Send doubles back to India. They need to understand. But then you know they might want to claim it, you know. So maybe it's best we hold it for ourselves. So I might have to resend that one, you know. I might just have to resend that one. Only speaking of, y'all know what I thought was a crime for a very long time? Meeting doubles. I don't know what it was. Right now, this was my old thought process, before you come down on me. Meeting doubles, and I knew it mostly to be a southern thing. Chicken doubles, shrimp doubles, etc. and etc. Because it's essentially it's best you give me a roti. That was my way of thinking. I have since been enlightened and seen the light. As long as the meat is well cooked, right, and blends well with the cheddar, yeah, full out any bar, I will take that. I will take that for sure. It is certainly not a crime. I have seen the light. No, come for me. Someone got a question here. I want to ask something. I'm making sure I'm not missing any calls there. Sorry. Right. I want to ask something. If the government paying CPAP workers and contractors separately, why didn't the government eliminate the contractors and hire the workers directly because it's the government paying the workers? It's a very good question. And I don't want to pretend I know everything about the CPEP history, but it is to my understanding that in the beginning, it was a initiative developed by the government, right? I'm not sure when contractors came into the equation, but from my understanding, from its initial intent was for the government to supervise it. And that is a very good question. Why not just deal with the workers directly? We can make it. Is it that hard to? Is it that hard to? What's the word I'm looking for? Hold on, there is a word for it, you know. Merge. That's it. Is it not possible to just merge CPEP into one of the departments of government, somewhere under sanitation? Because I think that's what it would come under, right? For talking nonsense, let me know I'm talking nonsense. But yeah, just merge CPEP as a division of the sanitation departments and cut out the middleman. Of course, the contractors don't want to hear that. I think that's a good idea. And production. Very good question. Right? I say that is the main form. Yeah, the contractors just left room for corruption to happen, don't you think? Yeah. And honestly, it really doesn't matter who's in charge, you know. Whenever you have a middleman in things like this, something is always going to go awry, because there's always going to be, even if there is contractors that follow the book and do everything right and they don't take anything under the table, there's always going to be bad ones in the bunch that just make the whole thing look bad. And you know people like to highlight bad more than they like to highlight good, so the bad will come out way more than the good comes out. And then we end up with situations like this. Success is working hard. So yeah. If there's anyone in Parliament listening, now that the excitement of our visitor is gone, take that question into consideration. Why can't the government simply deal with CPEP workers directly? Merge CPEP, make it a part of some division of the government, whatever government departments should be considered as, somewhere in sanitation, I'm sure. And have the government pay these people directly. And you know what? I think I will bring you to the front for that very good question, member. So yeah, if you're in our final hour here, just a little over half an hour before we bring down the curtain on another week of the Street Council. 342-0081, 466-5391. You know, the final segment. What is not a crime should be considered a crime. Discipline and I think and production to build a strong and better. Refusing, I say, that is the main one. To use sunscreen and then complaining about your skin peeling is a crime. Not because you're from the Caribbean mean that you're immune to heat. Alright? For those of you watching online, all you know that I am light skinned. I bruise easily. I don't take any chances when it comes to the sun. Right? If I know I'm gonna be out on the road, sometimes even if it's just an average work day, sometimes if I feel that sun is sunning, I will throw a little SPF on the face and the arms, just for safety. Because sunburn ain't nothing to deal with. we don't have enough things to worry about. I don't need to worry about my nose peeling too.
Now is the time to come home and do something, instead of staying out there and freezing. Because now, more than ever, we must show.
This might offend some of y'all.
And production.
But I think Crocs is a crime.
A strong and better nation. I say that is the.
I am sorry, not sorry.
So come let us.
That shoe is not functional in any way possible.
Come my brother, come my sister.
And it's become so commonplace and I cannot understand it. When it is wet outside and you walking on the street in your Crocs, socks wet, foot wet, no sense at all. Like it literally is only if you're like a sailor or something. But I can understand you wearing Crocs. You know? That's some boat shoes. Somehow that's become the most popular shoe in the world. People wearing Crocs. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me be specific. So you think people who wear Crocs should not be worn. Why am I going to places where it should be elegant, casual dress? You know, we out in a party. We in the club. I'm in the club and I've seen Crocs. Why? Why? You are never get into no discotheque back in the day wearing no Crocs. You think you're gonna go Impact in Crocs? Into Crowbar with Crocs? Into Palava place with Crocs? Never. And it's Crocs and socks. Yeah, it don't make sense. It don't make sense, member. I wish we need a matter of fact, engine room. We need a table banging sound effect. I'll come after we dismiss the session. We need a table banging sound effect because apparently the table banging isn't going anywhere. I saw a clip of Modi's address, and every time he talked, apparently we cannot use our hands to clap anymore. I really feel that pounding on the table in Parliament should be a crime. I don't know. It feels like we are kindergartners who just discovered Play-Doh. Every time somebody goes, maybe I'm the odd one out, but I've never enjoyed that, and I still don't enjoy it. We have one of the biggest leaders in the world addressing the country, and y'all just banging the table like cheering every time he says something. Our hands don't work. We can't clap anymore. What is wrong with clapping? Come on. And I will keep griping about it until they stop it, you know. I don't care who feel or how about it. I don't care who feel or how.
Now the election.
Stop the incessant banging on the tables.
In short, this is what I have to say.
The poor.
Let us forget fights and grudges.
The poor tables have to be replaced periodically. Because all you're hearing is
more than ever we must show.
I can't do it.
Discipline.
Hello, good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon. Good
afternoon, member.
I say I must intervene. Yes, I am one of them who enjoy the banging, the hitting.
You see the same thing? The audience part of the problem.
Yeah.
The audience part of the
problem.
No,
it's not part of the problem. It's not part of the problem. And the thing about it, I just watch parliaments all over the world, and it's have crossing and fighting, and it's all different. I'm for the banging at the desk, then
yeah.
Cross and fight the next one.
They're going to
crossing this next one.
But I feel
Parliament.
Yeah, no, I've seen it. The British, Australia, it have some African parliaments. I've seen, they jump across the table and fling fists and fight.
Yes.
But I feel banging the table is just one level below flinging fists.
I love that. I love to hear that. That sounds so great, especially when they make a good point and they come out strong. Oh, God. Both sides banging the table. Yeah. So everybody has their own views on that.
See?
Yeah, man. Well, yeah. Take your time. Have a great day, man. Later.
Yes. Well, it's part of the problem. I don't understand. The same point can be made by just clapping your hand. I'll even approve of foot stomping rather than table banging. You know? Ah, man. Oh, God. Somebody say macawin is not a crime, but it should be a crime. Yeah, for sure. Mind your business. Mind your funky business. Some all you have some neighbors right now peering over your fence, trying to see what's going on with all you. And I know if it was legal to pelt something after them, if all you watch the Certified Samson skits, when moving, be getting on a little too much, and sometimes you have to raff him. Yeah. I wish we could do that. Criminal, mind your business, not macawin. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon to you, The Dream.
Good afternoon, sir.
91.9. Yes, now, I hear you saying, well, you see something now in party. Yeah. Well, our morals, our standards have dropped. Right, because here what happening?
Mm-hmm.
If the leader of the House of Assembly to be Mr. Party, he say he will allow people to come in offices and so on with slippers and hands and all kind of things, you know. So they teaching people that, right? So that should be a crime, you know. That should be a crime, you know.
Who's allowing that?
But that's how it is.
But wait, who's allowing that, you said?
That's how they running the world now.
That's how they running on now?
Yeah, that's how the leaders running the world now. Yeah. So we have to just move with the flow.
Wait, nah boy.
Yeah.
So we become, so is that lazy we becoming? That we wearing slippers in Parliament?
Yeah. But they're teaching the people that.
Well, what is this, boy?
You hate for yourself, you see, people don't forget.
Huh.
When they forget, I hear to remind all you now.
Huh.
Right?
Right.
So have a good day.
All right, you too.
Good program.
Thank you. Way boy. Improper footwear in Parliament should be a crime. I agree. You come to the people and walk, you're not rocking back on your couch. If we could all work from home, we would all work from home, you know.
Because now,
see, no part of me miss the pandemic, you know.
Discipline, tolerance.
Hey, inside was nice, you know. I don't know why we wanted to come back out here, you know. Out here is terrible.
That is the main point.
I miss inside.
So, come let us put hand in hand.
See? Someone you agree. Pounding the table better than pounding the other side face. Yeah, oh God. Decorum. Okay, fine. I don't want to relent, but I will agree that table pounding is better than flinging fists. But I think we will stand firm on the... We still need to address each other with proper respect in the Parliament, right? Do the people in business. Less time arguing about whose fault is who and such, and address the issue, right? Definitely not laying up on that. All right, let me see. Yeah, someone say you should come in Monday well rested. Yeah, definitely. Just check any comments, make sure I didn't miss anybody saying that. Somebody said, yeah, that makes sense. That would be a great merge. Your brain is braining. You made plenty sense, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah. Dream, let them wear the Crocs because some of them girls' toes be like crocodile feet. Oh, God! Echoes, why? Yeah, but crocks have holes in them. Some of y'all have good eye, you know. You can still see the crocodile feet through crocks, you know. Just wear shoes, wear socks. It have good soft shoes that you could wear that is properly functional. I'm wearing one right now. Actually, no, I take that back. The shoe I'm wearing right now is actually a real good shoe. It's a soft shoe, a slide to fit in. No shoelaces, but it's a good shoe. Big up the penis. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Dream.
Yeah.
Dream, you're the biggest crime. Miss Swanky Gemma and she family, may soul rest in peace. You know the biggest crime? You know them force that torture hook on them. Activists and them. Tell them, Miss Gemma, I love you. That big belly one used to walk with, call himself a pastor. Everything he begging, Miss Swanky Gemma always contributing to him. You know, none of them wicked, evil people and them activists never go show all appreciation in human in funeral. We may had appetizing, yeah? If I know that I will go come here, Miss Swanky Gemma, all shoes on the next side, me and she used to call her, Mr. Gary Dialogue and Gary Jones and things. So people, 3 p.m. people, right? And we had a program because she was the first female DJ in Trinidad and Tobago. We were begging the PNM to honor she and give she an award. Nothing at all, right? So they go learn something from the Honorable Kamala Sessa, or she show appreciation to she plan them. When they help people with the vaccine, you get the highest award. So black people, all they wake up, all they too wicked to all their own. Bless.
Nice. I definitely have to say rest in peace to Swanky Gemma. Thank you for paving the way.
Discipline, tolerance,
your legacy may never be forgotten.
To build.
What's time? Okay, we still got some time. We still got time. Good afternoon.
Yeah. Good afternoon, the Dream.
Yes, sir.
The Dream, you know you wake up. You know where's that crime? You know where's that crime was?
What is that?
Miss Pineapple Beckles moving like an opposition leader in the own opposition party. That is a big crime.
How is that a crime? Because she moving like a leader in her own party. How is that a crime?
She moving like an opposition. She opposition party.
Or she moving like opposition to her opposition. That what you're saying?
In she own opposition. As the opposition leader. She moving like an opposition engine. That is a big crime. Because them fellas and them are wrong. She doing what they want. Yeah, them are wrong. They're doing what they want. They're watching them. Stuart Young. That is a big crime. All of a sudden, these are people's man. You want to lead and what? We give you a chance to lead. You know why you're not leader again? When they put you need to run, that is a crime. You go lost again. You dream? Don't dream. Wake up, wake up. Don't let them put you in a sleep, dude. All right, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, don't worry about me, you know. I live my dreams every way. I'm every day. I'm always awake. Good afternoon.
Oh, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Well,
How are you?
I know you're hearing something. The Frankie Gemma died.
Yeah. I'm not sure how much we've been talking, but yeah, she died some weeks ago. Yes, and I guess the funeral was fairly recently.
Oh gosh, boy, I've been missed that funeral, boy.
Yeah.
I know that lady from way back in the day. She and her husband. We used to throw party with them, and at that time we throw a party going on in Laventille and the Crescent. And that you know, they killed her husband, boy.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, and I know that lady, but we go way back, boy. I never know she died. I didn't even know she was sick.
Yeah. It happened some weeks ago.
Boy, may her soul rest in peace. But watching the PNM him say nothing or do nothing for that lady, boy, I'm not surprised because my mother was astonished. The way thing I hate PNM so much for. Them not do some kind of thing. PNM forced me to hate them, you know. My mother was a staunch PNM. Every time I go in to look for my mother, we always ended up in an argument. So from the time I walk in the yard, I used to start saying, you know, I'm not talking politics today. Not talking politics today before I reach the house. So she hear me coming down.
Right.
And before I leave that place, but we always in a big argument. She was a staunch PNM supporter. Everybody representative in the area know my mother and all that time. My mother was sick. They never come and look for her. When she come and she died, they never even send her a wreath, boy. That thing hurt me so much. I don't want to hear nothing but PNM, boy. Nothing at all, boy. And now this lady, Funky Gemma, she was a staunch PNM supporter too. You see how they treat her? I tell you, boy, PNM does have we looking like peasants, or does have we long as dog or something. All them things they're doing now, playing, they so care about super focus and working and all them kind of thing. All them trying to do is destabilize the country, you know. Them hate this country so much that they will do anything to destabilize the country and keep the country from moving forward. That is the hate PNM have for this place. And people just stump up and ball about great is the PNM. Boy, all them people could just line up all of them, put them against the wall and
Please don't. I have bills to pay. I have a paycheck to collect. Thank you.
All right, go on here later.
All right, thank you. KFC, I think you may have found a friend. It's somebody on hold. What's going on there? Hello, good afternoon. Hello? Okay. Not sure what happened there. Alright, guys. Almost time for us to pull down the curtain on another week of the council here. We're just going through what is not a crime, but should be considered a crime. Somebody say, is the weather in Trinidad? Have the girl them toes looking so wow. Well, you have a thing for toes this afternoon. I can't really. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, moms. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm halfway. But not always halfway, you know. Yeah. But you know, it's like doing anything to talk the truth and say something good. Although people might feel it good, but you know it good. Now, all the boys would say, what movie coming to Trinidad for to get the Heights Award? Now, I'm not blaming all people who don't know what journalists should do and then talk. Now, Moody come to Trinidad to help. I wonder if I was here at the Parliament today. Right. And when is the COVID, you should hear the president talk. The president had Bali juice, but you should hear she talk. And he had sent 40,000 vaccines for Trinidad. Dr. Rowley said, if you for the put back all the people you forget it, that he's not begging when Barbados country, 1,000 countries asked India. India didn't work so much yet with the virus. 1,000 countries. This is your country. This is your people. You say me, I am not begging. I will get the African vaccine to come here. Africa didn't have no vaccine. They had asked India. And India had given them first country in the world to make vaccine was India. And the first country in the world to get it was Africa. I will do some research. That Barbados, Guyana, come here. When she sees the place and she sees good vaccine, she got in touch with the High Commissioner of India and get in touch with Mr. Moody and she got 40,000 vaccine down here. No Rowley had helped the people in Trinidad at that time. Ask his people that leave his party, ask them. They can tell you who know. Moody give money. Moody, I see the oil with my eyes. Moody sent oil. He sent flour. I can't remember all what. Real goods from India and container and send money. What it is, Rowley and the PNM government had done to the people of Trinidad and Tobago good at that time. They didn't have sense. One doctor, I know the doctor, a young girl with 40 patients, on that 110, no oxygen. I think Robert Amar was in that too. No oxygen. When it come out, America sent oxygen, sent bed, and all that. So what really Rowley did to help the people in that time, Moody helped them. And now Trinidad will be Trinidad and Tobago. We now have a government. From Eric Williams days, oil was booming. What to do? The nonsense to do with Trinidad money is black power come out. Wasn't Indian, wasn't Chinese, wasn't white man. The black power come out, the only Indian that had was the Rafiq Shah. He is one squandered the money, and Rowley come was the next one. Chambers was good. It didn't have nothing there. Robinson was good. It had not much there, but the country was still good. Family was a boss. It wasn't a family. None of these hungry mouth people, when they're able to drive a car or own a car. And right now, under the TNM government, God bless where we're going. They were going to raise heavy taxes on the foreign news, called South Order, that he God do that. God bless. I got blessings to Trinidad and Tobago, he gone. And all of them, they still. And Beckelsworth, when these people from government, so I start telling you what Moody do, and you would pull up the conversation in the parliament today, you will know all the help he's going to help Trinidad. And he said, imagine a man from out of Trinidad and Tobago selling laptops for children here. And a man from Trinidad and Tobago stop laptops here. I mean, we're talking to politics here. We're talking country. We're talking the right and the truth. Why is a sin? And we only will see, we now have a government, and we will now have a Trinidad and Tobago. Finally, build up a port, that's in the Caribbean. Finally, build a police station, that post office, the best in the Caribbean. We should have a high school, finally build up. Manning shut it down because it was a UNC constituency. You know? When Tamara was in power, she opened it. He said, they are red, people go get sick, young and dead, and I still live in. And Granny still live in. My aunt used to sit down right there and eat lunch and plant garden until live 104 years. So let me tell you something, son. It can have race by me, you know. I grew North Manzanilla and Logan Road. There was not an Indian only me. Very nice, right? Me have race with me. And me have UNCOPNM. I have who could help the country for the children and the elderly and the people. We getting that for free from in there. We getting a new science place bill for people of the University of the West Indies. We will be getting things from in there. And right now, I have the name here. Africa asked in there for bill. She name is Nalidi Pandor. She's from Tanzania. She asked Moody to build a science, a place for pharmaceutical, and to show them how India going forward. It's bad.
All right,
Granny. India going to help them.
All right.
That is how we have to live among we.
All right, Granny, I gotta let you go. I gotta let you go because we have some callers to make and
Yes, I want to ask you one question. What the president?
Hello? You were still there, but okay. Yeah. I let it go on a little too long. I apologize for that. All right, guys, we're getting ready to wrap up here. So, taking 2 more calls very quickly, and we got to go. Yeah, good afternoon.
Dream you reach home safe and have a safe weekend. Look, Ras and all.
Thank you.
So them can pay for the ad there at that announcement ad. Because all those one kitchen was on the next side. I look how she phone she daughter answer the phone and tell me she catch her stroke and she was in the hospital. If I didn't know she was burning, I was going to show her face. But she's a very nice woman. Because when that people who was sitting on that board of Roman ministers and get all the contract and thing in there and put the papa show me on this radio station out. I'll tell the cost, they call the name of nobody. But God bless you until Monday, nobody.
All right, till Monday, till Monday. And good afternoon. We have 1 minute.
Yes.
The
dream?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's that crime?
Mm-hmm.
KFC eating Royal Castle chicken.
Hey, what is this? What is this? Stop your stupidness! Why are you so? Why are you so? Who tell you KFC eating Royal Castle? Oh Lord, I don't like calling, you know.
Let me get a good one before you go to
real quick.
Faris Alwari, representing poor CPEP workers. But watch me, he's spending his money with a nice UNC Indian woman.
Oh Lord.
But tell KFC what's that Royal Castle.
No. KFC. Mr. Man wants a Royal Castle, eh? Guys, that's gonna do it for me, you know. Somebody say, Dream, what is a crime? What is not a crime but should be is when you go to the beach and all your friends then bring back more sand in the car than the beach. Nah. I would have make them clean it. Grain for grain. Vacuum. I need a full detail on the inside of my car. For sure. Hey guys, I definitely got to thank you all for tuning in once again to the Street Council. We had a very productive afternoon, guys. We really did. On behalf of DJ Anderson, and of course yours truly, Hashim the Dreamer. Thank you to all of our listeners on YouTube. Island Diva, welcome to you. I hope you stick around. It's a fun time over here. We talk a lot. We talk a lot of stuff over here. All right. And I hope you guys have a very safe weekend as well. I'm not sure what the weather is going to be looking like, but y'all be safe out there. It is still cloudy outside on my ends, so I hope we get home safe. And we're going to be reconvene on Monday. God spare life. All right. So until then, love, peace, and chicken grease. Or should I say love, light, and to its light? Either or. The council is adjourned. Until next time, guys. That's truly the dream. I'm out.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
You want to find something great to do with your Tuesday nights? You want to learn and understand the true reason for Jesus? Then join us every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. for the program, This Same Jesus, the program that puts Jesus in his rightful place in our hearts and in our homes. Let's bring church home to you. Join us every Tuesday nights from 8 to 9 p.m. with your hosts, Kempes and Kevin. Be inspired, be blessed right here on the Street 91.9 FM.